they don't have to leave?
No.
So just bring all their trash into the alley?
All we're doing, we're gonna clean the trash. That's exactly what I told them.
Okay, I'm gonna go back down.
So I don't know if it was the girl, I talked to the girl that was trying to get a shower there. I said, anything that's in the alley that you want trash, we're gonna clean up in the truck. So.
Okay, I'm gonna go back down and tell them.
I don't know where to explain that one at.
I was gonna be like, boy.
Right, no, yeah, no, you gotta.
What does stand for now? Homeless?
Assistance.
Oh, assistance.
Response team. No, but that's exactly what I told them. We're just cleaning up the alley. Now,
So
Caltrans, they told me that Caltrans told them something different. Last week or something, that they're gonna come clean the side there. But I don't know if they ever came by or not. So all we're doing is cleaning up the trash in the alley.
They can clean it, but
that's all.
they only have those 33. Do you have any beds today?
That's Alex still over there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
They're over there right now?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they got more beds, because Brad said they didn't have no beds yesterday. He only had a certain amount of rooms. They only took 33 people. I mean, that's better than 11, but still.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go down here.
I don't know if they're actually.
Mom,
Hey,
I'm like, why
that's
you?
why waiting, I'm not stressing over it.
I don't know.
He said that he told them that the city's gonna come through with the truck and clean up their trash to move it out. But when I stopped, they said that they were told that homeless task force is coming through. So when you tell homeless individuals, you know, homeless task force is coming through, what's the first thing in your mind? Grab my shit and get the fuck out. So that's what they're doing. So I'm gonna go down here and tell them to stop moving their stuff, just bring out the trash. Because if that's what they're really here to do, that's what they're gonna do, right? Okay, sir. So homeless task force said that all they're gonna do is take the trash. You don't have to leave. That's what they just told me right now. You don't have to leave. The only thing they're gonna do is take trash. So if we can get everybody to bring all their trash out and let them pick up all of our trash. But you do not have to leave.
Yeah, all that's off, everything on the alley. I don't know.
No, anything that's trash stays in the alley. Hey! Huh? Man, they're not gonna get this part of the freeway.
That's why.
It's part, yeah. You're too clean. This isn't a part of Project Off Ramp. They're picking up people right now on 99. I'm gonna go over there.
If you guys put people up in motels?
No, the city. Dyer's only doing his Project Off Ramp. He's not doing the home key. He's doing Project Off Ramp, which means I know. And you're on the off ramp, and they're not gonna come down here, and they're not. This is not on the list.
Why not? If millions of people are on this side of the freeway, in the 99.
You have a bike?
No, I got nothing.
I was gonna tell you to ride down there because we're gonna go to
Dez.
99. Good
Let
morning.
me talk to you.
Okay, what happened? Are you okay?
No, they took all my shit.
Who
And my
did?
trailer.
When?
The other day. Day after I seen you.
The whole trailer?
The whole time, they didn't take it to impound or nothing like that. Okay, look, I was going to keep in charge.
Yeah.
I came back, 15 minutes later, the motherfuckers waited till I left. Just 15 minutes later, I came back, the whole top of my shoulder was ripped off.
What the?
My toolboxes were gone, my generator. I wrote a list of everything because I was trying to get a hold of you. Because you sent me your text number, your message, but my phone was dead, so I didn't get the number.
Okay, so we remember when this happened. I'm gonna look at the date because we're gonna have to get the date and the time because I remember when we drove by, I was like, oh, he must have pulled it into the alley like he said because I didn't see it the next day.
I got back, that shit happened.
It was the day after I seen you.
Your whole home.
My whole home, everything.
They didn't leave a note. They didn't leave nothing.
I was there. They gave me a minute and a half to take whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
A minute and a half.
So where's your stuff at? Where did they say they towed it to?
They didn't. They literally sat there and destroyed it in front of me.
Was Espinoza around at any time?
I'm not for sure if Espinoza was. I know fucking Khan was.
Khan? I'll ask for Espinoza to get a hold of Sergeant Martin because we need to find out. Regardless, they should have body cam on and they should have been recording what they were doing. So if they destroyed your property, dude, we got to do something about it. This is ridiculous.
I mean, because I couldn't figure out how to get over you, so I wrote a text message, a long list text message, or not text message, but email to ACLU.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting for their response because, like I said, I didn't know how to get over you.
Give Cheyenne your full name, and then do you know who you left it with at ACLU?
I just left it with it just went sporadically.
Okay, okay. So I'll go ahead, give Cheyenne your full name, your date of birth, and I'll check with ACLU,
Okay.
The department,
John?
to see which. All right, I'm gonna go down and talk to Espinosa and see if we can get Martin over here because we need to find out
Because
what they're willing to do.
I mean, they literally. I mean, I've got 2 witnesses. That guy right there. The lady walking right there. She's Alicia, the lady that was sitting over there. She was there when they destroyed everything. She was there because they told her point blank, we're not gonna touch this side of the show, we're not gonna touch the show, we're just gonna clean around it.
Yeah.
And so she goes, okay, she goes, well look, she goes, you guys told me this before, because I at least get some of my friends' stuff out of there. She goes, no, we're not gonna touch anything inside. The next thing she knows, she looks, and another fucking truck pulls up, and they lift up the front end of my tarp, and they start pulling stuff out.
Was it a Fresno sanitation or was it the police that were touching your property?
It was Fresno sanitation.
Okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and I can write to Miguel and ask him to look into it. I'm going to ask Espinosa also what officers were on scene that day because then I'm going to ask for the body cam footage to be looked at because they're not going to give it to me. I'm going to ask for it to be looked at because I feel that there was malicious foul play and destruction of somebody's home.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to do better for my wife because like I said, she died of lung cancer. So, and now we're back to living in a fucking tent back in Slum Alley.
Alright, let me check with Espinosa and see if we can get somebody down here. Let's try. You still have my number, right?
No, like I said, when I got the text message...
Yeah, just write it down on small. So right now, they told me all they're going to do is they want everybody to throw their trash over here in the alley, and they're going to go ahead and come through and clean up the alley only.
Throw them in the alley?
Huh?
Can
Yeah.
we throw them in
They're
the
already
alley?
in the alley. Can we pick up that trash?
Can we pick them up?
You know what though, Espinosa? Because I was walking by, I was walking this way, he was walking that way, he goes...
So who's all here that knows people that might have stuff like he had stuff in the alley? Is there anybody down here that you guys know that has stuff in the alley that's not here so we can save their stuff?
No, actually all that stuff on the alley is mainly all trash.
Okay, what about this stuff against the fence line?
Trash.
On the
It's
outside,
all
that's
trash.
too? Okay, cool.
Because most of them, they're like the ones down there in the corner, they're like I am. They throw all their trash in a pile. Keep it neat.
Dez, this is my wife, Ginger, that's Dez.
Ginger, why are you pulling that?
Because I don't know what to do, but there's nothing you can do in there.
I would say take a bath. But yeah.
I have the receipt where they took what property I did manage to save.
Yeah?
Because they took it to the storage.
And you got a receipt?
Yeah.
On deck.
That you were able to save or they chose to save for you?
Well, pretty much that I was able to save in a minute and a half that they gave me.
A minute. Okay.
Because when I was on the other side, he would tell you the bike I had,
It was a $500 bike.
he took
Yeah, I believe
out
it.
of my tent.
I believe it.
I had a $500 bike. They took over.
Homeless are houseless. They're not dirt poor. You know, we have camps that have these huge, oh, hey, brother, how you doing? We have these big old camps that have 50-inch screen TVs because people lost their apartment. And they didn't sell all their stuff. They didn't have the money put in a storage. So your TV, your bed, it comes out here with you. So it's not that the homeless are trying to live rich. It's think about where they just came from to be homeless. They were housed, now they're homeless. Doesn't mean they have to give up their possessions. They take them as long as they can. But then a lot of our homeless encampments are legal dumping sites for housed individuals to come down. Now a sofa here and a sofa there, but you know, the beds and the refrigerators and the all that stuff. Come on.
Refrigerator out here.
A refrigerator is, hey, no, if you're gonna give me a refrigerator, give me the electricity to hook it up.
Hey, all I need is a
Like,
generator.
it doesn't make no sense.
You gotta realize, all I really need is a generator in the refrigerator.
That's
Yeah, but see, they come out here.
So they'll be down here picking up the trash. Now, right now, see, this is what they do. They have probably major things going on right now. So if you want, we can run over to 99. That's where they're supposed to be picking up people and putting them into the motel.
Okay.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
But we can go over there because guaranteed you're going to find people that are coming up saying, hey, I want a motel too. And they're like, sorry, you're not on the list from February.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
That's quite a long
if
time
they're
already.
doing that, I'll give you my number. Give me a call. I'll get my
No,
ass out
they're,
there.
Espinosa said they're over there right now. So I'm going to jam over there and see what they're doing. Because I know they're going to mess with some people.
Give me, like I said, I'll give you my phone number. You give me a call. I'll find my ass away out there to get me a motel room.
Yes.
That's Department of Sanitation?
Yes. That is City of Fresno
That's Homeless
Sanitation.
Task Force. They get it right.
So we pay them, I
Part of
think
the
it's
task force.
$800,000 a year to do that. to do this.
They can pay $8,000 a year.
Pay people rent money and you know.
We pay the homeless task force officers $8 million a year.
Shit.
Goes to homeless, which I don't understand because cops are already paid hourly, hourly, right?
Oh no.
The salary or
He's
whatever.
his own cop. So if it's a grant, the HEART program is his own money.
Yeah.
So he's his own cop. This is peripheral as far as the police department is concerned.
But I'm so confused. Why do you need another $8 million to do what you're supposed to be doing in the first place, which is attacking the criminal activities in our city? Like,
Yeah, go fight some crime, really.
Where's yes? This is not criminal. Now I can see people beating people up, fires, stabbing, shootings, but they come into our camps. We can't control who gets to sleep next to us because we don't own the land. Do we have bad apples in the bunch? Yes.
I'll make sure
but we got a lot of good apples.
I don't want. I say to take 3 of the cops' salaries for 1 year. That would pay for half the homeless people.
Well, see,
Boom.
I heard that they're working them 8 days on, 6 days off. Do you know how much overtime pay that is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that you can legally work somebody 8 days.
Yeah,
That actually bilks the budget, don't it?
Actually, Dez, it can't. It's illegal to actually work from 8 days. They're supposed to have at least 30 hours on, at least 20 hours off before the next shift starts. Legally, they're breaking the law themselves by having to work 8 days straight. That's illegal.
Technically, they're breaking the law by destroying people's personal property.
Yeah, that too, but we're talking by
legalized
working.
theft is what's
They're working
happening.
legally. They're breaking the law because they're supposed to have at least 2
You want
days off.
to stay here? You want to run over there to the 99?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll follow you.
We're going to run to the 99 really quick. That's where they're at.
Who lied to you?
I think it's a misunderstanding of the way things are being worded. So it's, if you say homeless house force is coming through,
They just automatically think.
then yeah, they automatically think
So that
we're
the
gonna-
rumor just got brought down this way. I thought you were just coming to say hi. I'm okay, and you come. I can't believe it's you. I'm all.
Yeah,
What did I do?
because I told you, I was like, man, we see each other out there. Like, I'm still gonna do my.
Yeah, I think you told
Because
me.
I know we don't have anything, so that's what my fight is gonna be. I don't want anybody moved, relocated, or anything until we have a proper.
That's understandable. That's why I said we're just picking up the trash.
I don't see you picking up no trash.
Oh, I'm picking up our hand. So these are the waters you got for everyone?
Yeah, I'm gotta go to camp and load up. But I'm gonna go to 99 because we got a lot of people that are, I guess. So this list, I was told they were from February. Okay, and then we have John down here. John, huh? The one that had the trailer out there across the street, and then he moved it over here by Bitwise. You remember that trailer?
Oh, contrary, yeah.
Yeah, Tocon, I need to figure out how to talk to them because they said they destroyed his trailer.
You'll be back.
Is Con over there right now?
No, he's off right now.
Oh,
He'll be back.
Wednesday?
But I think we'll all be still out there.
Who's over at 99?
Me and Alex.
Oh, just you two?
It's us two. When you rolled up on me, I'm all,
Because I was like, are you serious? Don't do this, Espinosa.
I was like,
Don't make me.
oh man.
Don't make me go crazy.
I saw your stance come on camera.
A little more aggressive.
I thought you were gonna pull up next to me and talk to me, and you got the car. and you got
Oh, that's
out.
when you know it's real
I was
now.
like,
That's when you know
and
it's
like,
real.
I seen everyone with cameras get out. I'm like, what's going on?
Yes, this is Wes with the
This is,
California Homeless Union.
This is what do you call it? That was being pumped right now.
So how does it work? Like you folks would have to notice, and then
With this whole thing, this is so way up there.
what is
So
this?
technically, this side right here is Caltrans property. Caltrans is working on Project Off-Ramp right now. So they're doing, I guess they're getting hotels, right? Trying to get them ready. They're rooms for everybody, and then they start the project. And Dez comes and tells me different stuff every other day. So, you know, I'm just being told the words, and I'm going with the flow right now. That's what I'm going with. But yesterday, I think you got 33 in there, right? So that number was straight.
Yes, it was double rooms, so they had about 16 rooms available yesterday.
So which hotel's still getting worked on? Though?
Valley Inn and still the Travel Inn. The Travel Inn, they only had 16 rooms available yesterday.
Just the ones they painted right there?
Yeah, in the front by the office.
So the ones all in the back?
They're still being remodeled.
How far is the valley?
The Valley Inn, is moving slow because the city's using other contractors. I feel if we would have used the contractors that RH Community Builders used, it would have been done already. But for some reason, they're contracting with who they want to contract with, and they're slow as hell. They're snails. They're not moving as fast as we need them to. So the holdup is the remodeling. The holdup is the construction. Yes, and that's what's holding us up. So I say we fire that construction company, bring in one that knows how to get the job done quick, efficiently, and safe.
And you got the meetings.
But man, he did right by them.
Okay.
They look nice inside.
They're nice. I haven't
Yes.
been by to check them out.
Yeah.
I saw the paint jobs look nice. I don't know what the inside looks
The inside looks better.
It's way better.
Yeah, it looks like his hacienda apartments.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Brad always does the really like the way he designs his stuff. He does homey. He makes it feel homey. Now the Valley Inn, I don't know what provider's going to run that. They haven't said yet. I haven't found out.
So is each
provider.
hotel a different provider?
Yeah. So Turning Point and RH Community Builders are the two right now. So the city had purchased some of the motels, and the county purchased some of the motels, which was Fresno Housing Authority. And Fresno Housing Authority chose Turning Point to run their motels, shelters. And the city's choosing RH Community Builder right now for one of theirs that they purchased. But then Sands and Cap is closing. You know that?
I did not know that.
Sands and Cap is closing. We have 43 people at Cap right now, and it's closing. Because the COVID contract's over. No more money.
Oh, that was COVID money.
Yep, that was COVID money. So they're closing. They have 40 people still left.
So they're gonna have to relocate them before moving.
Yes,
in
and
out.
Sands is closing.
Sands is closing?
Yes.
Sands was COVID money too?
That's COVID money too.
Is the hotel closing or the actual program?
No, Sands was
closing?
purchased by Brad,
Okay.
right? And he was going to convert it to studio apartments. But when he got ready to do that, Dyer hit him up and I said, hey, can I please use this for Project Off-Ramp temporarily? So Brad said, sure. I'm not going to start remodeling for about 3-4 months. I'm not doing nothing with the building. Here you go. That was his agreement with the mayor. So now that contract and that money's over. So he has to start figuring out how to get these individuals that we just put in, and everybody patted themselves on the back. We just sheltered 400 people and we're the best and we're the bomb. But you didn't tell people 3 months later you're getting kicked out, right? This is the fight. This is the fight right now. This is why I'm frustrated because I know we have places closing.
Naomi's house, the girl was worried about getting kicked out and everything. So I made all her calls around, and I guess she was there that day. As long as you're working with the case order, keep it for as long as you see it. I don't know if that's being closed now or what.
No, but guess what I heard too? I need to ask seriously.
She was like all stressed out, and I was like, hold on, let me call. I was like, have you talked to anybody? I asked her for a caseworker reason.
So they say Naomi's house is a temporary stay?
I just called, and they're like, no, as long as you're working with a caseworker,
Yeah.
you're good to stay there until we get you the next step.
Okay, so she's still there?
She's still there.
Okay. Are you guys only working from 6 to 9?
9 a.m.
Yeah. So you guys will be out on the streets?
Yeah.
From what time to what time?
So,
So you're definitely going to be on the streets?
yeah.
Because it was brought up in a meeting that you guys were going to be only working from 6 to 9 a.m. because of the triple digit meeting. So I asked, are you taking all officers off leave?
No.
Because of the triple
So
digit
they get more cool down breaks and everything.
sanitation.
Sanitation though. The city gets their rights and all that stuff. We'll go out and look at locations and do sanitation with that, what we call them. But they'll go do their water breaks because it's like under right now. I don't know how they
We live out here, you know. I mean, you see the cam, that's a lot of work. I mean, so we definitely know how much hard work it is. And we stay hydrated, though. We know you have to be.
You guys do it.
But no, I just had to ask because I was like, that didn't make any sense to me. Why would they say, huh?
I think everyone likes to have their own agenda.
Man, you know, the only thing that's going to help end homelessness in Fresno is people actually communicating. The city, the state, the county, all these organizations that are fighting for the money right now, they're all going for the same pie. Only one person's going to get it. That means the other shelters will close. But we're going to head over to 99 real quick. Don't be calling them and tell them I'm coming.
I'm gonna call him.
Don't call them and tell them I'm coming.
I'm gonna call you, block the number, and be like, hey, I need you over here at Huntington and Hardback.
There's actually a community response like that, you know, rather than bringing in police, you know, you bring in the community.
Yeah. It was all supposed to be implemented already.
Yeah, we were supposed to. Chapaco asked me to be on the mayor's homeless advisory board again.
Did you say no?
No, I told Paco, yeah. Yeah, so I'll be seeing you in the mornings.
All right, of course. Of course.
So you guys don't bite your tongue once I get in there.
I'm gonna bite my tongue. I'm like,
It's gonna be a silent meeting, I bet.
we're like, hey, say something, Dad. I dare you. Say it. Say it in my face.
You know I'll say it.
Say it in my face.
You know I'll say it.
No, that's why I was like, okay, I did this. That makes sense. Everyone's probably used to like pulling up and.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they were worried about.
But I guess I talked to her and she went down the whole line and
Yeah.
talked to everyone else.
And everybody was scared. So you know I'm coming.
You didn't even smile at me when you passed me. I was like,
are you serious?
you gave me that look. Come on.
I was hurt and I was disappointed.
If you would have seen us moving, you would have seen like more officers here. We're standing inside the camp. You know the whole 9 yards.
I know, but we don't need that many officers to scare somebody. We just need one. Those lights is what give us automatically. Them lights, we're like, whoa, you know, panic attack and all that stuff. But now they're moving everything back over. So about time you guys get down here, you should be good. And everybody says they already asked. Said,
that's all trash right there,
Yeah,
yeah.
they said it was all trash. All right, I'm gonna go bother your partner.
Well, have fun with them. I already got my scare for the day, you know. All right, you take care, man. All right.
Good day. Good day.
Morning.
How long ago did they take your name? 2.5 weeks ago. They told me they're going off the February list.
Could be.
So just 2 weeks ago?
But no, he said my name 2 weeks ago, but at the same time, like, you don't Kiki, so they know all that. So, I ain't got to verify anything. You see me out here grinding. So, but I ain't going to bust. I love you guys.
I love you too. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Call me, you got any issues, okay?
Come on, let's go.
Oh, is this the line to get out of here?
So what they do, we have Paparello House is one of our organizations here. Then you have the Fresno Rescue Mission. So the city's coming in and wanting to clear off the highways. So they're starting to work with Caltrans to clean up the highways and stuff like that. So you have all these entities. So Paparello House is the one that is doing the transportation of the individuals into the shelter. But we're going to find out today how many more rooms they actually had available, how many more people. Because as you see, we got across the street, we can walk over there and see, like, there was actual fire yesterday evening over here. And I'm trying to figure out what all these people are doing over here. One of the fires happened last. This was just yesterday. Just yesterday. So usually when a fire happens on state property, they have 4 rules that they go by, 4 levels. This would be considered a level 1 because if you have a fire or a fight on state property, they do not have to ask permission to remove you. They can just send people in and literally remove you. There's 4 levels though to homelessness on state property. I'll have to get the book because they sent me, they call it the Bible of Caltrans on the homelessness during COVID and all this other stuff. It's really good levels because they're allowing people to be on state property. If you're clean in your tents area, all they want to do is come and pick up the trash because they know there's nowhere to go. And then you have a second level that amps it up a little bit more, but they have to get permission for level 1, 2, for 4, 3, and 2. But level 1, they don't have to have any permission from the state of California to remove people. And so when there's fires, unfortunately, they have the right to come in here, and that's probably what they're doing right now. They're actually tearing down stuff down there, so if you want to walk down there before we get kicked out.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the trash. Does that mean that since there's a fire, they just automatically get to sweep everyone?
Yes, because you'll have like 40, 50 people. One person is a bad apple.
Right, yeah.
And they start a fire and they wipe out the whole
too.
town.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is Sarah Mahoney in the green.
Oh, okay.
And she is one of the managing directors over at the Paparello House.
Oh, okay.
So we came back here today on this side, try to get Andrea. Of course, that didn't work. And that was the only one that was on the list that didn't go.
Why she didn't go? Right.
No, she don't want to be in any bitches. So
She could have been.
I told her, I told her you can pick any roommate you want. You don't have to meet them. I don't care. You're fine. You can interview them. She knew it. She just.
So you guys got that side down there. Does anybody on this get shelter? Anybody doesn't get
Yesterday, yes. Andrea was the only one not on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know how to get it. The other one down there for those villages up until like 2 days ago. So she's not obviously not on the list.
Okay.
So those are the people that I know.
Hey, brother.
Anybody here? Okay.
Hi.
You have any bags?
How you doing?
Hey, sis. You got any bags in your backpack?
Okay, we can walk down here and get some of the. So.
Keep going. All right. Okay. So.
So she's saying that.
Oh, there's one. He is on the list.
Who?
African American gentleman. He is on the list. I'm trying to get him.
He doesn't really want to go because it's the same staff as the Sands. Yeah. That's
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I was all gung-ho about this in the beginning, but some of the people we have working inside, it's not helping our sick. And we all have to work together. Like, you guys are out here working your ass off, right? In this heat, getting the people, convincing them to go. It's a better solution. But when you drop them off and you leave, other people are looking over them. So we do have individuals, and I'll say it 1,000 times. We have people working in our shelters that should not be working with people. Period.
Well, so far I think he's pretty cool. She's over there right now, so she just doesn't want to. He just wants to go in his own time. I told her, as long as you check in the shelter, whenever you want to come back, he wants to go to West Carolina. It's totally fine. I just gotta get him in.
Is he right down right here?
Yeah, I
I'll try
just
and
gotta
talk
get
to
him checked in. Once he's checked in and goes with us, he can leave and bounce.
He's on the list already.
Yeah, he's on the list.
I tried to convince him.
How many rooms did you have today?
We have enough. We have enough for everybody. So
For like even the ones that are stragglers?
that's not the stragg. Well, if the stragglers are on the list, then even if I don't see them today, if they're on the list, we'll get them tomorrow up until probably Thursday. So we'll keep going back and
So
forth.
like if say a straggler comes by and says, hey Dez, I was out over there and they took everybody. Who can I send them to over
You can send them, but I would have to refer them to the list. If they're on the list, to me.
Well, yeah. No, I want to send him. I want to know who I contact.
You
So
can contact me and I'll contact you.
Okay.
Sit on the list.
all right.
And if he's on the list, he can still get in.
Okay.
So, but that's gonna close, so I can't keep it open
So
forever.
can we pick up and put people in the motel rooms? Like people are refusing. Will that open up another motel room for like them?
At this time, I have to wait because everybody has a finite number of rooms. I don't know yet. That's why I'm telling you I don't know. Now I do know that once this project off-ramp is done, it's gonna open up for everybody, a lot more people.
When is it done?
I don't. It's supposed to be done this week. No, I'll be honest, it's supposed to be done this week. We're supposed to be done with 99 this week, and that's it. That is the best of my knowledge. You know how things can
But we
change.
still have off-ramp people over there on our street in the alley. They're on a ramp. And that's
So,
been there for a whole year.
You know, that's above you and me pay grades on that one.
Tired.
Yeah. Well, and then you gotta talk to Ron.
The what?
You gotta talk to Ron.
Yeah, is he here?
I don't.
He should be here. I figured they were going to sweep it because of the fire last night. But I just want to make sure that at least some people get into somewhere because it's not their fault.
Where was that fire at?
Right there. That she's
So
at the fire.
so you know we were already here yesterday.
Yeah, this was after you guys left.
Yeah.
This is after you guys left. The fire started.
Yeah. So there would be other. That's the problem. Those people who newly came on. I don't know if I have access to that, but I do know they're going to clean this area up today.
Yeah, no, I figured they would because that's how they. I mean, with firefight, they cleared the whole encampment. But my concern is the people that have to be cleared out because somebody else did some
No,
stupid
it's
ass.
not because of that. That was already scheduled to be cleared out today.
This was scheduled to be cleared out.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we were here yesterday.
Okay, I'm gonna walk down here and see if I can at least try and ask
That
him.
would be great.
Ask him to
Just
go.
be careful. He's kind of waving at me.
Yeah.
The old knife.
Yeah, so what happens here in Fresno is when you have people show up, when you have the laws show up, the first thing that we do is we grab our stuff what we can carry and we leave. Everything else gets left behind. But then when they come through with the claws and throw into a pile, it looks like just scattered trash everywhere. There is trash at encampments, but we can't all always clean up after everybody else. There's a lot of mental illness. You'll fill up a trash can and somebody will come by and just dump it out. So we have to deal with that on a daily. But a lot of the stuff that people drug up here to make their home, if they probably had the time, like the rugs and the carpet, this is nice for the ground and all that stuff. They have mattresses, chairs that they can sit on. So there's a lot of stuff that's left behind when they're automatically moved out. A lot. So, this is what we have. I mean, all the beds were not piled up like that the other day. So this is from people moving. They just get basically they tell them get what you can get and then go. Like get what you can get right now so you can go. And it's never enough time, so you're gonna grab what you think is the most important things and you're gonna leave behind everything else. Which is sad because a lot of this stuff they can use. Like a lot of times after right now, the people on the street, they'll be like, hey, I have this up there, I have that up there. If I would have had enough time, Dez, I would have got it. Guaranteed they're gonna say that once we go out and talk to all those individuals that are sitting on the sidewalk are the ones that are being left behind from up here. And they just said that because they're not on the list, they do not get to go. I believe that our governor had stated on Project H2O that these motels and buildings and stuff were supposed to be purchased with Project H2O money, state of California money, and it states in there that everybody should be available as a walk-up. That these shelters are supposed to be available to everybody. And right now, Project Off-Ramp is hurting us in our schools, our alleys, our businesses. I don't get to house any of them or shelter any of them because of Project Off-Ramp. Now, we need it, but I'm not blaming the state for this because before COVID, we had few people on the highways. Once COVID hit, state of California stopped sweeping, the county stopped sweeping, everybody was supposed to stop sweeping, right? Fresno City decided to continue sweeping, and because they did, they told everybody to go to the highway. They were like, go to the highway, they're not moving you. So then during COVID, our whole freaking highways, 99, 180, 168, 140, all of them, full, hundreds of people. It's dangerous. This is dangerous. The city should have never told anybody to come over here. I have plenty of footage of them telling individuals, go to state property. Now we're sitting here dealing with this issue on state property, on an embankment that is dangerous for the city, the travelers, these guys right here, everybody. This is the worst place you can send anybody. And this is where they got sent to. And now they're being displaced again because we don't have enough housing, or you were too late to come onto the list. You weren't here when we were taking names. We get moved every day. So I might be at one camp today and next week I'm at a different camp. Doesn't mean I wasn't homeless. I'm still homeless. But I personally blame the city for this part only because it was never this freaking full. All over Fresno, our highways have been packed, but they've been cleaning them up. It should have never happened. We should have used Project H2O money to house everybody that wants to be housed. Everybody that wants to be housed, we should house them. So I don't blame the state for doing what they're told to do. I do believe that we could have done more with the state funding. I mean, $170 million came into Fresno last year. We just got another $44 million. And now the governor is releasing $1 billion for Clean California. Clean California, $1 billion. We can hire all the homeless in all of our cities to pick up the trash. We can have Caltrans program come into Fresno and hire the homeless to pick up the trash. See, if we don't give people a purpose to wake up every single day, then they're going to continue to be down on their luck. They're going to continue to feel like all hope is gone. But if you give somebody a job and a purpose and a reason to wake up every single day and be proud when they cash that check, you're going to make a good person out there. You got, what is that saying? You got to take them down to the, you can't, don't give them a fish, teach them how to fish. I mean, it goes the same with all of us, even when we're adults. So I just feel that we can do better than, we're playing human ping pong. You're on state property, CHP has to remove you. You go to city property, FPD moves you. You go to county property, and the sheriffs move you. You go to the railroad, the feds move you. It's human ping pong. The homeless shuffle is what we call it here in Fresno. The homeless shuffle. We get shuffled around. And I think if we all work together as one and put all of our money into a pot, we can actually end homelessness with affordable housing. That's the only thing that's going to end it. We don't need 20 shelters. We don't. There's nobody up there.
Let me go. Because he put his stuff on private property.
Where at?
You know that.
Fence?
Right.
Gary?
Where you put his
Yeah, I was just gonna go over and ask the people, like what they attend to. Okay, I'm Dez. I'm an advocate, so I'm just trying to figure out like what they told you guys this morning, because I know you've been there longer than just a day.
Oh yeah. No, they just told us that they were going to pick up everything, to take everything that we need to get up.
And no offer of a shelter space.
No, the police can deal with that. So I went over there and asked her, she goes, well, go to Naomi. I don't want to be around a lot of people. I can't be around a lot of people. Yeah. I get along with them, but they just don't get along with me for some reason. So
how long you been right here?
Oh, I've been here probably like a month or two.
A month or two?
Probably more. I come and go. You know, I stay here and spend the night here, and I'll go spend the night over there in another chain.
Yeah.
You know, just off and on like that. But my trip, it was right here, got burned. Well, most of the stuff. I have stuff right here with Begin.
Oh, your stuff was the stuff that got burned?
Yeah, and there's some stuff right here with Begin.
So how did that fire start?
I have no idea. People just don't know how to cook.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so right now I'm with my other stuff.
So, but a month and a half. So you just happened to not be here when they were giving out, taking names?
Yeah. I came to yesterday. They were helping them. Then I came today, and they just like brushed me off. They told me, sit right there. We'll talk to you. So I sat there.
And then you guys are both together?
Yeah. No, I'm just out here.
Oh, okay. And how long have you been over here?
No, ¿cuánto tiempo tienes tú aquí? No, ¿cuánto tiempo tienes tú?
I've been here a while.
¿Cuánto tiempo tienes?
But Sarah and them are saying that they haven't, that they just moved here yesterday.
5 months.
5 months. So they should be on the list.
Yeah,
Because I know, I mean, come on, their tin alone tells you how long they've been here. It's really just structured into the ground.
We took it.
I mean, I just don't like to look dirty. You know?
Hey, do we know whose stuff that is over there?
You guys
On
know
the
whose stuff
sidewalk?
that is?
No.
I mean, I can throw it up on the sidewalk. I'm not gonna take it. No, we don't do that.
You know, I feel discriminated. I really do. I've been asking this person out. I mean, I don't want to look dirty and smelly and all that. You know what I mean? I can't help that. You know, I'm not trying to look like that. But that doesn't mean I'm not homeless.
Yes. I mean, being here that long, it should already have you on the, but I'm going to see what we can do. So, how long were you up over here?
I got my place.
But who out on the street has been here more than 2 weeks? All of them been here longer than 2 weeks. So they should have been on the list.
All been here months.
Okay.
I've been here for like a couple months.
Months. This isn't making it.
And there's a lot of openings that can welcome them, the travel.
They've been here like a couple months already.
I'm too old to be out here like this. I mean, it's hard for us. I feel like the worst and it's hard.
No, we're gonna see what we can do at least to get you guys, because if you've been here for 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, then you should be included on this motel because it's Project Off Ramp and you're living on the off ramp for many months. So we just gotta see what we can do, because I do firmly believe that you should have a room. Period. That's the whole point of the Project Off Ramp. Take people off the off ramp and then put them into shelter so they can get into permanent housing. Hello, you guys. So I just showed up over here we're back on Kern, over here in Kern and 99. We are currently with some of the street family members. These are the ones that will not be going today, so I'm just going to show ways down. So you guys can see, we have individuals that have to come out here onto the street part in order to get off of the ramp. So we have the lady in front of us. She has been on the off ramp for approximately, how many months did you say? About 2 months, and she'll stay here, and she'll stay somewhere else, and she'll stay here and stay somewhere else. And we also have a gentleman next to me that's been here for 5 months. A couple people behind me have been here, they said, for about approximately 6 months. Now, the problem with this situation is that we have individuals, we do have an outreach team from the Pavarilla House that does go out and they get the names. Now, if the person was not there when they were out on these off-ramps to get the names, I think we should start asking. We do have Caltrans employees stating that they know these individuals have been there for months. So if we have Caltrans and everybody else admitting that, yes, they have been here for months, but they're not on the list, then I think we should make room for the list for the individuals. Because even if they weren't here when they were taking names for this list, if you have other individuals and agencies stating that they have seen them here for months, I feel that it's necessary to get all of them into a room. It's Project Off Ramp, off the ramp and into shelter. I know we don't have a really big team that is able to come out every single day, but still we have individuals that live here, and like they said, they're not here all the time, so it's possible they were not here during when they were getting names. So I'm out here right now trying to see what we can do as a city. We got to come together. We can't leave them out on the street today. We cannot leave them out on the street today. It's going to be too hot. We have no breaks in temperatures, you guys. We have another 2 weeks of triple digits in Fresno. We can't leave them out here. We can't leave them out here. They have a right to be sheltered today, along with everybody else that was up there. Regardless, they got to find space somewhere. If the rooms are full already, and it's barely, they've been here for an hour and a half. It's barely 9:37, and if the rooms are full already, we need to find another shelter that is able to put them in until they can get transferred into the motel shelters. So this is sad, but I gotta say it, call your mayor. Tell them there's people that are left on the side of the city sidewalk today, which Homeless Task Force will be probably pulling up. As soon as they clear this and they're left on the sidewalk, Homeless Task Force will be pulling up to remove them off the sidewalk. So let's prevent that from happening and them being harassed constantly throughout the day, because wherever they're gonna put their stuff, they're gonna be harassed. So just call into your mayor and ask him politely if he can please just open up some rooms, or just call him, demand them. One of the two. Either way works, you guys. Yeah, we really gotta fight this fight together, because look what's hanging off the top of that. That's
For sale sign right there, huh?
Yes. So there's a lot of stuff that was left behind. I don't know exactly how much time they had. Here we have Homeless Task Force. That's part of sanitation. Let me ask Sarah. I mean, I'm going to go back over and talk to Sarah and see what we can do, because we have a lot of people that are vouching that you guys have been here. Even state officials saying that, yes, you've been here for a while, as long as they know. They've seen you. So if we have those type of people that are vouching that they were here, then I think you guys should be able to go, because these are state employees saying this. So I'm gonna try, sweetie. I'm gonna try get you guys off, both of you guys off today. We're gonna try as hard as we can, okay? So we'll go over and talk to them and see what else can be done. All right. Okay. So I need to figure out what state employees over there are saying that they have seen those individuals over there for months. And so now we have state officials verifying that they have been there for months. They might not have been there when the outreach team went out, but if now we have state employees saying, yeah, they've been here for months, they should be able to go.
State employees.
I'm not going to tell. I'm not telling.
And they have to come and tell me, because they have to be on the list.
Okay, so if they come and tell you and verify that yes, we've seen them, then you'll go ahead and try?
I don't know.
Do we have any rooms?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
Okay.
So are you talking about the girl in the jeans and everything?
Well, no, I'm talking about all of them that are on the sidewalk right now. They're verifying that they have all been there on state property.
They have to be on. I know they've been on state property, but if they haven't,
They said for 5 months at least.
we've been here since April. We've been coming here.
But I'm just trying to. I mean, I understand that outreach team goes out, Sarah, but we can't catch everybody all the time. They don't
but
stay at their scene.
it's not like I haven't been here like when we went to meet like 21. I've been here for months.
Okay, well, I'm in the middle, because you say one thing and the state employees are saying something else.
So state employees have to talk to me about this.
Okay, do we have rooms first?
I don't know.
If we don't have rooms, I'm not giving up a state employee.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna count them right now. I'll count them right now, but let me go check.
Okay.
That guy with the bike that had the thing?
Which one?
The little Hispanic guy? The one with the bicycle, the nice blue bicycle we were talking to yesterday, has his voucher and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I got him into the Sun Lodge.
What?
And I fucking
Oh my
talked to
God.
the lady there, Nathan and Catalina.
The one that
now.
was in the Fresno Bee?
Yeah,
Yesterday?
I talked to Nathan and Catalina and told them, hey man, check this out. This guy has this thing. When I dropped him off, he has this. Nathan got on the phone right there to an apartment complex on the west side that takes Section 8. They said they have a 1-bedroom apartment.
What?
And he can come down today. He's supposed to take him for an interview.
Man.
So that was great, man.
No, thank you, and I want to say thank you,
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
no
know
problem.
what? If he didn't show up in that time, and he would have missed. There's got to be that connection.
Yeah, exactly,
Because if I'm not like, hey, here, you guys, he's got everything. Let's help him.
Well, I couldn't do that for him if I didn't like work the way I do out here, because the caseworkers, they love me, man.
Yeah.
So if I call them, they have a spot. I'll be like, hey, yeah, man, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times they're full.
Yeah.
And that's that just so happened yesterday that they had the spot.
That's what we're trying to find out today, is how many extra rooms that they have, because I mean, if they're over there saying that, yeah, they've been here, then I think they should be able to go. I mean, you're not going to be able to talk to everybody at all of the encampments, because who's staying in their tent right now today at 115?
Well, you know, we're walking a couple times a week since February.
But what time?
And we go different times. We'll come out in the morning, and we'll walk the morning. And then we'll come out after lunch the next time and walk after lunch. We know, like in the mornings, a lot of people cycle.
So how about? Okay.
Hold on a second. I gotta.
All right. So if they do it like that, where they're going through encampments, how hard would it be to get laminated paper and then leave notices, bright pink or bright lime green notices, and say, hey, we walked through here and we did the sign up. If you are living on this part, and this is today's date, and we'll go forward 2 weeks. If you've been living on this property, please come to MAPS and let us know, because we have to come back out here and make sure you are a part of it. How hard would that be? It's just extra funds for laminate, somebody to type it, and paper. I mean, but it would take out this animosity that we're having right now with, well, they weren't there when we showed up. You didn't tell me you were coming to my house. You know how many notes I have left on my door because I'm not home all day? Leave me a note. You know? Hey, if the DA or anybody shows up at your house, they leave a note.
Yep.
Yeah, leave them a note. Hey, we were here to sign people up for Project Off-Ramp. You know, if you're here and we missed you, please come to MAPS so we can send somebody out there to verify that you are there and we can put you on the list. So hopefully we can get people. Now they're going to go probably register people. No, let's go ahead and go, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to turn around and send an officer over there to go ask his officers who's the one that said it. And that doesn't make any sense. Don't go behind my back when I said I'm not going to give up the person that admitted that they were living here.
Well,
so you're going to try and do it the sneaky way? So how come they missed him up there?
Yeah, he's on the list.
He doesn't speak English. Yesterday, Esmeralda spoke
He doesn't speak English. How to get him on the list?
Como se llama?
That's what I'm saying. So how come he was left there? Right here on the street.
Yeah, he's on the list.
When I came here, he was like this.
They said they come there 3 times this week.
So she has been here for 2 months. They have been here for about 5
Well,
months.
Esmeralda put pink stamps into the packet. So,
when they do that, do they write on there Spanish only?
Yes.
So how did, I just want to know, how did he get, okay, if he's on the list, how he's on the list?
He is on the list. He's declined. We've done his decline.
Do you want to go into, who speaks Spanish?
Spanish speakers are over there.
Grab one.
Yeah? You ask him if he wants to go to the motel room today.
Get us some
Oh, she's right here.
I said he don't want to go. We've been talking to him
So
in
if
the
he
Spanish.
I want to find out why, because maybe there's something that we can fix.
changes his mind tomorrow, I can take it. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down here
Where
and
does
talk
the
to
next
people.
one go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he works.
He can work.
Okay, so they
He
said
just
it's
has to
okay.
show proof.
Hey, he's on the list. He has his motel pack in his lap. He's just waiting for the what do you call it to get back to me? The
Just
mission.
have him wait over here so we don't
He
get
says he don't want to leave his stuff because his friend's coming to pick it up. So
So he's going.
yeah, we're
He's
going.
going. Okay.
Yeah, he already he has his motel pack in his list. He's
Okay,
waiting for
he's
his
ready to go.
friend.
Is there anybody else?
Jamal and Sylvia. But they're not
on the list. I got an hour to know. I'm going to go to that. I just want to verify that.
Where's this list? I think it fell off your thing. Anyway. So,
Okay, so him, he's
Yeah.
going, he will go,
yeah.
and then.
What about this
those-
guy? Right down here.
Who is this guy? Do you know him?
Great opportunity that the Poverello House is offering these people to get emergency shelter.
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't talked to them about what they're doing?
No, I'm just learning. I'm from out of town.
I don't know a whole lot about it because I just come out here and help do security, but it seems like they're trying to help everybody that wants help, and so I'm pretty happy with what they're doing.
Yeah, so far, yeah, no, I like it. I just wish the jurisdictions where we figure it out as far as, where people's allowed to be 24 hours a day.
Yeah, the emergency shelter that they offer, that's probably the safest place.
Right.
Being out on the street is never a safe place to be, so.
Of course not, but I mean, it is a reasonable alternative if you're too poor to afford rent and you don't make it in the shelter if you don't qualify or I guess otherwise choose not to.
I understand why people would choose not to.
Yeah, because he said he don't want to go neither.
He doesn't want to go?
No, he says he's good. He don't want. They say that if they wanted to go to jail, they would commit a crime. They get this. I guess if you've been living out here for a long time.
You've never seen her?
Huh? No, I
I gotta go.
I mean, they can only help the people that want to be helped.
Right, right. Well, it depends on what the term help is. I mean, in few cases, it ends up being a micromanagement, you know, a jail type situation, and that's not a good feeling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it's run, but I just know whatever they're offering has to be better than being on the side of the freeway.
But then there needs to be enough for capacity, you know, every single person. If you're going to offer it, there should be enough for everyone.
Yeah, it's not yeah, it's a cabin. So, yeah. But he
doesn't want to go his way.
Ruff he has his motel packet in his lap.
Yeah.
He's waiting for his friend to come pick up his stuff so he can go and we'll transport him.
And then who's thinking about it? Now we have her. That's the last one.
I know. She's not on the list.
She's not on the list, but okay, let me go get the.
So Dez, I'm gonna be honest. No matter what the state is going to say.
No. Oh, I don't. I can honestly tell you I haven't seen him.
Oh, I thought it was her we're talking about.
I know him.
Yeah, no, him. They have him on the list.
I can't say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Said it was him.
Yeah.
And he could go.
So he can go, but if he's giving up his room, she can't go in place of his room.
No, I have to. This is a process I have to follow. So it doesn't even matter what the state is doing. It doesn't even matter what else.
Can we? Is this the only one? So is this the last project off ramp that you guys are gonna do? So are you guys gonna be doing more stuff like this? Okay. Can we implement like state when state goes through their property, they tack like notices, right? Can we start doing something like that to say, hey, we're the Copperell outreach team that we have been here to sign people up that live here at this camp for a room. If you have not, if we missed you, you gotta come down to Mass and sign up and let us know.
I'm gonna leave an outreach number for that. Okay.
Then that way we don't miss anything.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. No,
I'm not at home all day. I go home, I got 10 notes on my door.
No, I don't disagree with that. This is the only area we've been, like I could say, very consistent because
And different times.
and different doing it at night and being close to the evening, passing out waters. So this is the only location I can like.
I'm gonna go talk to Andrea right now. So, Mr. Rob, all right? Don't go too far, buddy.
But yes, I agree with you. You can do something like that.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking about
I'm not
that right
sure.
now. Because
So I'm not sure exactly. I know we're going to we've expanded. There's going to be a lot more people, and I know we're going to start looking at encampments and canals, schools, all that jazz. That's going to be a much more strategic. And then I got to figure out also we're still going to do outreach and just plain old outreach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We have
On
staff.
the weekends?
Yep.
From what time to what time?
Probably like from 7 to 4, that kind of thing. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, no, we're gonna definitely get that. We're actually already doing it now, just doing it quietly because we only have like 2, but our team is expanded and we're gonna have more weekend friends. So we'll be able to help out with things.
Okay. Yeah, our McKinley Canal has now, everybody got moved out Tyler, so now they're back at the McKinley Canal.
So honestly, I hate canals. They scare me.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people die in Fresno
I know.
canals.
So,
I don't know why they don't put grades over them.
I don't know
But
why
that's
they
a
don't.
whole nother
They should be all
activist, whole nother advocacy work.
Because a lot of old people are falling in. I don't want staff to fall in. I don't want clients to fall in.
Yeah, and a lot of other cities, they have the grade over it, so people don't. And we have our canals running through neighborhoods.
I know.
By schools, elementary schools.
Well, it's the same with the
No
railroads.
gate, no fence, no nothing.
Same.
So just, Fresno is a suicide town. Wherever you walk, you're bound to go down. So this is the last day you guys,
So
this
we
one?
will be back here tomorrow, just so you know.
On which one?
Right here.
So are you guys going to be able to get the other side?
We should. Oh yeah. Whatever we don't hit today, we're still on the 99 till Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah, we get the striper. Someone can try not to leave people.
Oh, I was told Friday. They said Friday. Well, Dyer said Friday.
It's Friday. It's Friday. It's one more
But
day
okay,
out.
so they're going to do Ventura all the way to Fresno Street, both sides.
Yes.
Then you guys are going to have the next block over here, and then you're
Yeah,
going to go
both
on the west side?
sides. Both sides.
Oh, you're doing tackling both sides at the same time tomorrow?
Yes, and today. Both sides.
Oh,
We're going
okay.
like this. Because I don't want somebody to say, "Oh crap, I'm only on the other
How many
side."
were you able to get today off?
I think we're close to what yesterday was. Probably about 35, but give me a few minutes on it.
That's good. That's good. And they're nice.
Most of everybody's been great.
Okay.
Relatively. 2 out of 35, that's a great day.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a big deal. I'm upset about Andrea, I won't lie. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. There's other people that want more. That's where I'm focusing at. I mean, I'll help you if you want help, but I can't help if you don't want help. I can at least try and protect you.
Well,
Your
I
rights.
offered her-
That's about it.
I
But
offered her water, I offered her bag.
where did she go? What do we have a Spanish interpreter? Like anybody that tells them that we don't deal with immigration, we don't deal with ICE. A lot of the
Yes.
Hispanics in the Hispanic
Oh, I
community
agree.
are
I
very
agree.
terrified of going into shelters.
So
because of
I would
ICE.
say at least a third of our team speaks Spanish.
But do they educate them
Yeah.
and tell them like we have nothing to do with ICE at all?
Yeah, absolutely. And we can try to help them with immigration services through the consulate. and things
Do
like
they
that.
tell them that?
Yeah, of course.
Do you guys have? Look, here's more money. Little brochures that we can hand out to the Hispanics that don't speak English at all
You know
about
what? We
not
don't
being
have
afraid
even
to go
English
in.
brochures, but you know that's something we should look into. I'll talk to them, but as you see, we don't have any. We'd have to fund it ourselves. I'm not saying we're against that.
Well, I mean, I can probably try and hit up a couple of printing companies that might be able just to sponsor it.
You know, let me talk with ours and see how much it would be. Talk with the city to see if they can.
Because just the more education we hand out,
I agree.
the better, the easier it's going to be for us. But
No, I agree 100%.
it's a tan, it's a whole tan. How much you pay for that?
Hey, people trying to buy this.
Right? Oh, that's right. And my only question is everybody that's
That's Project H2O.
the ones that are right here on city property. They're not on the list. I'm not going to take anybody else to my camp unless the city starts paying me daily. I'm one person. I had the same amount of people in my camp that they go to shelter. Money time. I got the same amount, but they got spam, they got flooding, they got electricity, water, like, even though they're here, it's hard. They can't expect me to, I already almost lost my damn mind. They can't expect me to continue doing it, and if I do, that's why I'm back out there doing my advocacy work. So I'm sick and tired of people saying, I was told to come down this way, I was told to come check you out. I was told, not just from, I mean from everybody. You know, everybody sees it on the page, I go to Dez's camp. I can't find it, so I'm trying to get in. I gotta cap it off. And that's losing a lot of people that are out there. So I'm going back into my advocacy work because ain't nobody want to help pay me to keep it open and have staff. Hire me staff. Don't give me the money, hire me staff. And I'll take on more people. I got that whole other lot I just cleared out. Huh? About 5, just right here. But we need somebody to talk Spanish. I keep forgetting. Look at them eyes. I was asking Sarah if there was something else we can find out because a lot of the Hispanics, people that are around here, they're afraid of ICE. And if we can try and communicate to them that we don't have anything to do with we don't go immigration, we don't report you. So Sarah's going to try and make up a brochure that educated on that they can speak to them and feel comfortable enough to go. A lot of them so we just need to
Not that they're on state property, but in the city too.
well, they're in prevent. But like I was telling Sergeant Martin, I cannot keep taking people on my camp. I had 32 people on my camp at one time, and it was just me running the whole place, doing the coordination, the feeding. I mean, it was just like, and then I look at all these organizations. One of the shelters got $1.5 million for less people than I had, and I got zero, zilch. The only people that keep me open is the community. They're the ones that send the food, and they're the ones that send the tents and the beds and the blankets and the waters, stuff we need to survive on. They provide for us. It's the city that has done it, the community. No agency has come forward to help us, even though everybody's been yelling at them all year. Look what Dez is doing. Look what Dez is doing. Like, we need safe lots, managed safe lots, so they don't get out of control. We don't like trash. Nobody likes trash. No, everybody wants to see California beautiful again. But if we don't have managed camps where we can prevent the amount of hoarding and trash, we would see nice campsites. Like, there's so many nice campsites all over where us unhoused individuals live. It doesn't have to be like this. But people also got to understand Fresno is a meth city. It is. I think we're #1 for alcohol. For alcoholics. It's one of the drunkest cities in America. That's sad. And we're up there on number 3 or 4 for the biggest crime with meth and all that. So it is hard. It is hard. Compared to a lot of other cities that don't have the addiction in their homelessness. But I believe our addiction has grown out here because we don't have a detox center. We only have one facility for drug rehab, and it's constantly full. One. Just one. And we have over 500,000 people living in the city, and one rehab. That's it. And it's a 3-month program. And addicts always tell me, Dez, you can send me to rehab, but I need 18 months to 2 years. Do not send me to 3 months, because I'm not going to do nothing. I'm gonna come back out here when I graduate. They say when they're inside of these treatment centers, they have mentors, they have case managers, they have sponsors, they have somebody they can call when they're fiending, when they feel like they're gonna get out of control. They say, Dez, after we're done in 3 months, they put on a robe on us, march us across the stage, take a whole bunch of pictures with us, and as soon as we're handed that piece of paper, we're out of the program. Guess what happens? I have no more mentor, no more case managers, no more leadership, nobody to help me with housing, nobody to help me if I want to go back on drugs. I can't call nobody. So what do? I come camp next to the person that I used to be out here with. And what happens? They fire up. Drugs are free out here. Everybody's just handing them out. Now you're right back to square one. So I think we need to better think our systems on mental health, on drug treatment facilities. 3 months is 3 months is none. People do 3 months in the county jail and get out, and the first thing they do is take a hit of something if they're an addict. 3 months is not going to do nothing. We need to do more and more and more and more and more.
I'm getting that in the background anyway.
Huh?
So I'm getting it in the background.
Yeah.
Not that big a deal. It's not even full.
No. The one over my place gets full. I mean, the doors get open. I have to call all the time. And they do send people, at least they do that. I'll call the mayor's office and say, look, our trash bin's full because we got illegal dumping going on. These house people are spilling all of our stuff all over the place. And they send out a crane and they clean it up. But other than that, like, I don't know what's going to happen. So usually sometimes I'll stick around even though they say we're not going to mess with them. I try to stick around because they need somebody that fluently speaks their language to get them to understand that it's okay to go to a shelter. It's okay. One gentleman, he's scared to go. He's afraid he'll lose his job if he goes in a shelter. He's afraid he'll lose his job. What would make you think that way? I don't know. But something might have happened in his past to where he ended up getting shelter and then losing his job. I don't know. You know? So, but if there was somebody that fluently spoke his language, they can at least explain to him that it's okay to go. And if you need a ride to work, we'll try and figure out transportation to get you to work, because we don't want to house you or shelter you and then have you lose your job. That's not how the system should work. If they have jobs, we should be providing transportation for them, period, if we shelter them. The list, and you know, the simple things that I think of, to me, they're common sense, you know? state, tack a paper up to the tree. State does it all the time. And everybody reads them. Best believe everybody in the whole camp read those red notices. So if Bob had notices that they could put up, then we would, I mean, it would work. If I showed up in my camp and I seen a notice that I knew was from the Paparello house and they said, hey, we were here, we signed up people for the motels, if you're living here, please come to MAP so we can verify, blah, 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 blah. Dude, I would come and I'd read it, I was like, oh my God, they were here. I would run to MAPS and I would say, hey, I'm part of the Kern camp. I'm part of the Kern camp. I wasn't there. Okay, let's write your name down. I'm gonna have somebody come out and see you tomorrow about between 3 and 5. Please be at your house between 3 and 5. I will have an outreach team member go out there between 3 and 5. How simple is that? Then we won't have this. This has been going on all year. The fighting this list. A list on homeless. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but we can run over to the camp so you can see the camp. I wanna put some waters in here and then come back and check on them because I wanna make sure that they're not just swept. Because right now that's what Homeless Task Force is here. That's our new heart team.
Where did they say they're going?
No, they're waiting to see. They're gonna go find out what they're gonna do with the people that are left out here on the street.
Right, because no, that's obstructing the sidewalk.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is a infraction.
Yes.
And if you don't go to court,
yes,
there might be a warrant for you.
Yes, we need a homeless court here in Fresno. We need a homeless court everywhere.
They just need to vacate most of those charges.
Oh yeah, I heard San Francisco did it last year. I heard the judge in San Francisco wiped out all the trespassing, all those charges for the shopping carts and trespassing. That he literally wiped them all out. He goes, what's the point? This is taxpayers' money. You know, so I think they should do that everywhere. We'll go over here to the camp. That way you can see what I've tried to create over there.
Okay.
And then I'll get some waters and we can come back and check on them.
All right.
Because all HTF is here right now, so nobody's down there in the alley where we were. So they must have just cleaned up and left. Yeah. It's always good to have cameras around. So last year, this lot right here was full of grass and like tires and cardboards. It was like a junkyard that people were just throwing stuff away. Illegal dumping site. We came in here last year, you know, when COVID hit and everything was shut down, the shelters, nobody was feeding. Got tired of moving people. I got tired of picking people up from the state property of the city. I got tired and I was like, you know what, I know a piece of land we can go to. And we chose down here. I came in, we just moved in. We moved in, we started taking over, and I've been here for a year now. The state loves what I have been doing on this lot. So what I ended up doing is, if you want to walk over to this side, I have the other property on the other side. So just 2 weeks ago, this whole lot was filled. This whole lot. So we have all of our, this whole lot. See, we were starting a community garden up there. And then everywhere where you see the poles and all the way back was just tent. That's why we're so packed over there right now. But every single place that we had all these poles were lights and cameras. It got too hot. It was 114 degrees out here. It was 130 inside the tent. Being in direct sunlight, being homeless, it's deadly. Right. It's very deadly. So now we have reconstructed. We're trying to move everything back over here underneath the freeway. So it does look a large mess. We had our nice fire pit there. This was our volleyball court. It was really nice. I'll have to send you pictures of what it was. But with lack of money, I've never had help from anybody. The community and me and some of the street family members created it. I mean, it's amazing. It was beautiful, but without shade, it was detrimental. And I have a lot of elders. I have a lot of people on medication that can't be in the sun. But it was great. It's a nice piece of land. I mean, it's something perfect for a project for like building home on wheels. Yeah, so we rescue pets too. A lot of people drop off pets, so we actually rescue pets. These were puppies when they were first here. So now they're about 4 months old. So what everybody does is we all just try and get together and just help out.
Somebody heard.
Yeah.
Go check it out. What they got? Go get it.
So yeah, it looks like a cluttered mess over here. So we have a shower that was over there. Then we have our dog run. Then we had our dining room area, and our kitchen was over here. Like I said, we're trying to move everything over there. That's why it looks like a cluttered mess right there. But this is beautiful. And then the state, over across the way, if you can see, there's another piece of land over there before the railroad. There's that whole lot. They gave that to me too.
Oh, nice. So you have fresh ground. It doesn't even look like you have to clean it.
They were actually going to pave it for me too.
Really?
So there would be no dirt or anything like that.
Very cool.
But the hard thing is that I can't do it by myself. I do actually, before when I first opened, I was like, I don't need your guys' money. Here we are a year later, and I'm like, in order for me to take care of people, I have to have funds, because we're literally like filling up jugs every single day for water. We go next door, fill up all these gallons. We have a 400-gallon. I mean, this is hard work. Every day out here it's a job to be homeless. It's not, homeless people are not lazy. It's a job. Every day we're up at 7 o'clock in the morning. We have to work on the land and provide for ourselves and take care of the land in order for us to live the next day. So homelessness, I tell everybody, they're not lazy. When you got to break down a tent and push it up and break it down and push it up and break it down and push it up every single day, how about you go in your house and pack up all your stuff in your house in boxes, put them all out on the lawn. Tomorrow I want you to take those all, put them back in your house and unpack them. Then the next day I want you to pack them back up. That's what it's like being homeless, is moving on a daily basis. Why do we live around when they say, oh, when the homeless leave, they leave all that trash? When we're told we have to leave, you give us 7 minutes, if that. So we are grabbing literally the things that we see with our eyes that we need. And when you threaten to arrest me, I only have a handful of stuff. I've been here for a year and I got all this stuff, but I'm only walking away with a handful. Yeah, there's gonna be a mess. And then you have multiple. If they went out here to this street right here that you just drove through to get to my camp, when they come and they tell all of them that you gotta leave, you sit there and allow them time, they will most likely pull it all in that trash and take and break down and clean everything up. But when they show up and tell them that you gotta go, y'all gotta go, we're cleaning up right now, they're gonna grab whatever and then they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna move. And you know what's gonna be left out there? 40 people's tents. And then you see the one right down the street when you come in. This is how they let us live. Like, we don't want to. Put trash dumpsters, have managed camp, have city employees instead of going and sneaking on. They're using code enforcement employees now for Fresno. They're sending code enforcement out to camps to write it up as inhabitable so the city can come in and remove them. So they're finding their ways through their little ordinances that they make up. I say we go back to the law.
So criminalizing.
Yes, it's an ordinance that you as a city council made up. So we have to follow it because you guys made up. Let's go by the law. Let's go by the law and not these stupid ordinances that we keep on just making up as we go. Let's just add another ordinance. Let's add another one. Let's add another one. Let's say stupid. But it's just sad. It's sad that I had to close down this side. It's sad that I had to, it's so hard. It's really, really hard. You're working with mentally ill. In Fresno, we have a lot of addiction. So that was kind of the hardest. I can deal with the mentally ill. I had a lot of people that were psychotic. That was a challenge. But once we all lived together for so long, we got to know your triggers and how to calm you down.
Relationship.
Yes. Yeah. And there's people that were overprotective that we know are out of control out here in the streets. You'll see us protect them faster than anybody because we know their mental stability and we know you better not touch him. I don't care what he did to you. You don't understand his condition, you know? So we have to protect each other out here, and we do. We protect the mentally ill, but there are bad people that come out that have homes in Fresno, and they come out and they camp at our camps because there's so much money around the homelessness. They're vets with their big old $3,000 checks. You got disability, Social Security. Now you got this unemployment, all the stimulus money. Come on. We had so many drug dealers coming down, fighting, people getting shot, stabbed. I mean, it was like a war zone, and it was being allowed. And all I did was shout and yell, like, why are you letting this happen? Like, what? come on, this is ridiculous. You know, you allow people to accumulate so much, and then you bring your cameras down and you say, oh, look at this. And what's sad is, see, we have Paparillo House right there.
Oh.
And these big old structured tent things.
Yeah.
That is Fresno Rescue Mission. You know what? The contract states that they're not allowed to have people living inside there. They were only, in their contract states, they're only allowed to use them for office purposes. They have not. They're allowing people to sleep in there. So my thing is, Fresno's corrupt. They do what they want to do. You're giving them a contract. You tell them you can't do this. They're going to do it because nobody says anything. We complain, but then they just brush us off. They'll give us 2 minutes at the stand at City Council. 2 minutes?
Because they've already decided.
I ain't seen you for 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks worth of stuff to say, not 2 minutes. Continuum of Care, FMCOC, Fresno Madera Continuum of Care, was actually brought up in a grand jury indictment, a grand jury report. So somebody put an audit on Fresno like a year and a half ago. We didn't know anybody did it until the grand jury came forward. And the grand jury stated that the mayor's assistant has a program called Streets to Home. They've been getting all this money, no board members, no staff, no nothing. Kaiser Permanente is sending them $300,000 a year for their board members that they don't have. So the grand jury put out there and said that you guys got to answer us back by January 28th of 2021. Ain't nobody still answered back. City Council was supposed to answer back to them too. Not only that, the organizations that they put out there that they audited, FMCOC was found to have funneled money and misused their homeless funds. Streets to Home was found to mishandle their funds. So we have these major two people that are connected to city leaders that are not being held accountable, and I don't understand how I can like put my foot down on it and say, hey, you know, like what happens to them because they didn't answer. You guys gave them 90 days. You gave one entity 60 days, one 90 days. That was January 28th, 2021. We're in July. Like, why are they not being held accountable for not responding to where all this money is? We have had multiple people working on this for a long time, and we're getting there. Just give us a little bit of time. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But I mean, if you're finding that your organization, I think that every city, everybody should run audits. Everybody should run audits. And I found out that you can have an audit on an audit. I was told when the audit was done to file an audit. And I was like, you can file an audit on an audit? They said yes. And I was like, well, let's file an audit on the grand jury report, because they did an audit and found these two major people. Something's wrong with the money here.
Those are all public records. You do a PRA on those things.
I'm learning all that stuff. I just came out being an advocate because I was homeless. I never intended for my life to be like this. I was tired of fighting. I was tired of struggling. I was tired of the sex trafficking out here, the rapes, the beatings, the theft, the house individuals, and the gangs here are so mean on the homeless that when you're asleep at night, that's when they get you. You know, so I got tired of that. It wasn't, I never said I want to be an advocate and I want to do this and I want to run a nonprofit. Never in my life.
Compelled.
And now it's just like I went from homelessness to advocating for myself to advocating for others to, after doing it for 2 years, a lady came forward and said, can I do you a nonprofit? I was like, heck no, I don't want nothing to do with no government. She said, Dez, it's not about the government. I was like, nope, I don't want it. I ran from her for a year. She was willing to write the paperwork, pay for it, everything. And I just said, no, I don't want it. I don't want nothing to do with the government. I do not want nothing to do. And so she said, well, Walmart to give you free food. I said, what? She said, I said, really? She said, yes. I was like, okay, sign me up. That's what I did. And I've used Walmart to get free food and water. Target's helped me out. The nonprofit organization Tax ID has helped me out to get those type of donations, which I'm proud of because I really don't want to do the government work because I'm not staffed for it. It's just me. It's just me and my volunteers and my team. So we're very, very small. So I'm not ready for that, but I am ready for a managed safe camp. And I don't have the funding for that, but the county does, the state does, the city does. They will not sanction my camp. The city said, we will not. No matter what, we will never sanction Dez's camp. Never. Why? Why? I proved it worked. You guys have never had the police here, never had a fire here, never had a fight, never had anybody ever. You guys have never came to my camp, never had any problems with my camp. In a year, the only homeless encampment in Fresno, California that has never had a fire, a fight, or any criminal activities inside except for housing individuals or getting them into shelter from here. How is this not possible? And I did that with no money. I did that, it was a struggle. It was hard doing it without money, but we did it, and I proved that it can work. We have managed safe camps where the funding is available, that we can run it with dignity, empathy, respect to other human beings. That's all we want is respect and empathy. Like, God dang, where did empathy go? It's free. It's free. Kindness is free. Love is free. All these things are free. But we have to fight and survive just to have a little bit of dignity out here. And that's the hard thing. There's so many stories, broken people. And you can't keep abusing broken people. You have to help them. If our drug rehab centers are able to take a drug addict 9, 10, 11, 12 times, then why are we denying people shelter because they said no the first time? I don't care if they said no 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. They deserve a chance. They deserve a third chance, a fourth chance, a fifth chance, because they're going to get to a point one day in their life where they say, I'm tired. I want to be housed permanently. Like, I'm tired going back and forth. I'm tired of being a human ping pong. I'm tired of being on this shuffleboard game. I'm tired. And when I get people that finally come to me, I've been out here for 6 years. When I get somebody that comes to me and says, Dez, I'm tired, and I don't have a bed for them, it hurts. Because I know they've been out here as long as I have, and then they're actually ready. Or the amount of people that have addictions out here that want to quit. We don't have beds. They want me to send them to a day program. What is the day program going to do when they have to sleep on the sidewalk next to the dope dealer? We can't fix broken people with broken things. We have to make sure we have a solid structure for them, and it's ready and available for when they're ready. And then they come back out here and then make a team out of those people. Don't just get rid of them and congratulations, let's take our photo op with you and say, oh, we housed another person. How about hiring that person, giving them a job as an outreach worker so they can come out and talk to us? So they are previously homeless individuals that understand what goes through our minds out here. They lived out here in the streets. Hire them to be your outreach workers. People that have relationships with the other street family members that are out here. Hire them, give them some dignity. So when they are housed, they have a job to go to and they're not just sitting at home where they can potentially be bored. Recovering addict gets bored and boom. In Fresno, California, meth is handed out freely. You're right back at square one. Prevent. So, sorry, I get emotional when I talk about some of the things. I just get tired of it. I get tired of it. I don't think I'll ever stop crying about this situation because it hurts. It's the most painful thing that you can go through. There's different types of homelessness, and people got to understand street homeless, those are soldiers. Those are our warriors. Because if the world ended and we had a big earthquake or flooding, do you know that these people know how to survive? That the house community will be asking us, how am I going to be able to cook my food? How do I cook in the ground? How do I bake a piece of bread or a pig or meat in the ground? How do I know what to eat? How do I know what trees and herbs and plants that are grown naturally on earth are okay for me? You know, for pain medicine or for numbness or for headaches, or how they don't know this stuff because they're housed. They've never had to struggle to survive. But these people out here are warriors, and we need to stop putting them down because you can get so much education from them on survival skills, on homelessness, on addiction, on mental illness. They're so qualified to work in any homeless organization that there is. And we need them. So we need to take care of them. because they are a part of our future, and I'm tired of burying our homeless. We have a cemetery out here that looks like this, and all there is a number on the ground in the dirt. It looks like this field right here, and that's our homeless cemetery. I could take you to it. It's the most saddest thing in the world, because right across the street you have regular cemeteries, and they got grass and trees and all that stuff. You know, I lose 70 to 100 homeless people here in Fresno every year. 70 to 100. Think about that number. That's more deaths than there are gang death shootings here in Fresno. That's more deaths than it is animals dying on the streets. But if it was 70 to 100 animals dying on the streets, everybody would go crazy. 70 to 100 human beings die on the streets of Fresno. They're either murdered or they die due to summer or winter. Oh, he died of cancer. Well, you know what? John could have made it from cancer if he would have got the right... He's getting dialysis, and he's coming back out to his tent in 110 degrees. How was he going to make it? How in the heck was he going to make it? Wayne down the street, he was going through dialysis, and he ended up dying because he's trying to fight cancer and go through dialysis on the side of a highway. And he was found in his tent, and he was dead for 10 hours before anybody found him. They just thought he was asleep, because he would always sleep because he was so tired all the time. But the pain that you see people in their eyes that they have to go through when they're going through release from the hospital. We have people that have kidney surgery, people that have had heart transplants, pacemakers, and they're released from our hospital to the street. To the street. You can go to respite for 2 weeks. 2 weeks you can go to respite. And right then. And then after 2 weeks, you're right back out here on the street. That doesn't mean you're recovered. That's not recovery. If I have back surgery, I'm gonna need more than 2 weeks. If I have a pacemaker put in, I need more than 2 weeks. You know, some of these sweeps happen right when they get out of the hospital. I remember across the street when we used to have another camp, one guy just got out of dialysis, and literally he had a drain plug, or I don't know, he had something going on with him. And they came to do a sweep, and he was like so sick, he could not move, he was nauseous laying down, and we kept asking him, it's like he just got out of dialysis. Well, we don't care, move it or lose it, move it or lose it, get arrested. You want to get arrested? Come on. So it's like all of us trying to hurry up and get his stuff while he's still laying there. We left him laying there and took everything out from around him until it was the last possible thing to move was him. It's heart-wrenching when you see this stuff over and over and over again, when you see the pain and agony. I tell you what, if you did not have mental illness when you became homeless, you will definitely have mental illness after being homeless, because you have to suffer physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse while being homeless. So, welcome to Fresno. Yeah, it's in the paper. Jerry Dyer. When he was a police officer, he had sexual relationships with a 16-year-old. But they said that God forgave him and his wife forgave him. So
how is that not a crime, and how is he not a sex offender?
Fresno.
16.
Fresno is very corrupt. Yeah. I was like, how we ended up with a accused child molester of the mayor, I don't know. But, so this is the other side of Camp 1 where we initially started. You've seen the other land that we had just moved from, only because we're protected from the sun. That's why we moved back over. But I want to show you our kitchen. I'll show you that real quick. So this is our kitchen area. We use propane to cook with. State property doesn't allow open fires, so I'm fine. We got stoves. We're gonna use propane. We got our griddle here. We do have that we use for barbecues because we love barbecue. It's just different. We got these from an old apartment. Nice granite top. We love it. This is our counter just to go ahead and prepare food. or when we have a food delivery. The Pavarello House does send us food Monday through Friday. So about 11 o'clock. Yeah, anytime soon the van will be pulling in, and they actually do help us out with meals Monday through Friday, which is great because that helps us out because we are taking care of ourselves here. So the extra food does help out. But this is our kitchen area. We keep it small because the more stuff we have, the more it is to clean up. So everything that we get is donations. Everything that we get is donations from the individuals, from our community. It's amazing. Wash your foot, Stephanie, right here. So this is this little living room, sitting area. Everything you see in here has been donated. We try to make it as comfortable and as homey as possible. Living in a dirt field, it's kind of impossible to keep everything clean every day, but we try to make it homey. Just make it homey, you know. We got this sign last year.
Okay, you got lights?
Oh yes. So we have the solar lights. We have them placed all over because it is very dark down here. We also have big street lights we're gonna put up. They're just really heavy, and yeah, we need bigger poles because they're the really big street lamps that somebody bought us that we can put up in here. We definitely need it because we are a safe camp, but that doesn't mean the criminal activity on the outside of the fence doesn't try to get in. We've had multiple people jump the fence and try and do bad things to us, but we're still here, and we've shown for the past year we're not going to leave. You're not going to run us out. The police aren't going to run us out, and the criminals aren't going to run us out, so good luck. But this is our living room. Everything here donated from the community, just to make it more happy. I want to show you our cooling center. Yeah, so it's called the Dream Camp. Dream a little dream. Dream Camp. Carport awning, and we had Bob McCoskey, amazing man. He's a carpenter, retired carpenter, and he came out and he built onto our awning to make a room. So let's show you what the room is like. And we do have solar panels out here to help.
Nice.
Now, this is our cooling center. So as long as we have gas in our generator, it costs us about $20 a day to run it. And we need that, especially for the heat wave. Triple digits, we have to run it 16 to 20 hours a day in order to keep the room cool. Unfortunately, we don't have that all the time. But what we did, as you can see, it's just a carport awning. And then we had a gentleman, he went out and bought wood. He made us walls and all this stuff. So we do have lights in here. These can be turned on when the generator's running. These take batteries, we just have to replace, but so if anybody's in here. And then we do have these little ones that are hooked up to the solar panel, so when the sun hits them today, they'll be able to turn on at night. And as you see, we even got donated an AC unit. It says 62, but it's not 62 in here. I mean, we tried as hard as we could to seal up every spot that we can think of. We double tarped, you know, this side of the panel because wood is so expensive. I think it cost them like almost $350 just for the flooring and these side panels, these 3 side panels in wood, and that's a lot. That was a lot for him just to give at being retired carpenter, and then he loved coming out here and just building it. The sofas were all donated. We do have a TV. We have a speaker in here everybody can use. This is a little charging station. So when the generator's running, they can go ahead, everybody can plug in here and do what they want to do. Then we have our TV. They have DVD player, and they were watching movies the other night, they said. So they do have a DVD player to use. But yeah, so we have it set up where you can just come in here. So this is our inverter, and I think everybody that's homeless knows about the battery and inverters. So the solar panel runs through outside. We hook it up to this battery. So you have all the cable cords running on here. So you hook up the solar panel to the battery, which charges the battery. The inverter gets hooked up to this. and then you turn this on and it's power. So they'll be able to still watch TV even if the generator's not running. So we try. Solar panels the way of life right now, you guys. But it's nice. It's so much better than being in the heat all day long. So I love. This is my favorite part. Because my favorite part of the place is the cooling center.
Spend most of your day here, huh? Spend most of your day here, huh?
Yeah, we could if, but man, so many people knock at the gate. It's always like, I got a donation for you, I got a donation for you. People are amazing. It's kind of crazy some of the things they bring out though. High heels and dress suits. That's good if we were going to look for a job or we had somewhere, you know, but it is very hard to walk around in a dress suit out here. But they will. You'll find some people, man, they dress sharpers than all of us. Let me see if the makeshift shower is put together. So when we were on this side, we had started making a makeshift shower. Because we had like up to 32 people at one time. So we took a storage shed. And then what they do is that they'll have this gallon of water. And then we have a hose that has to be charged. It's those portable camping shower heads, and what you do is you put the bottom power pump into this water container, you hang up the shower head on the board. So we leave a chair in here because a lot of people, we have them on the plastic pallets, we have rocks underneath there, and all the water will run out and it'll go outside into a pond, into a big old hole. This is the best that we can do in a shower, being outside in a dirt field.
Spacious.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's
very, very spacious. Like, this doesn't really go in here. Like I said, we've been moving. Everybody's probably throwing stuff. Oh, get that out of the way. Yes, definitely have shower rules.
See if I can catch it. It's a little too bright in the background. But, gentlemen, how about this? There we go.
So that's the best that we can do right now. Well, I had an idea about one of the big old ADA toilets, porta potties, not the small ones, but the big ADA ones.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, I wanted to get one and rip out the toilet part and then build in a shower.
I like it.
I was like, and they're huge inside and solid. Like they're cutting, like all the trees they're cutting down in our city because the homeless are underneath of them.
You need shade.
Yes. Oh, they just cut down a lot of trees right here where the homeless are at. Further down the street, that was the only tree that was on the lot, and he'd been there for like 6 months. And the other day I was driving down the street when it was 114, and I noticed the tree was gone because it was such a huge tree that you noticed it just like that. I was like, what the? I was like, you took away a shade. Like, and you took away the tree. This is our tree, our oxygen, our life.
It's environmental devastation.
Like,
right there.
we're behind 200,000 trees in Fresno, I believe. But it's just our low-income area districts that are treeless. If you go over to the rich part of town in Fresno, oh my God, they got so many trees. They line the street. It's beautiful. It looks like Oregon.
Yeah,
well, they say they have 550 fires in 1 year in Fresno because of the homeless, and I was like, and if that's true, why don't we have safe camps?
Right.
We can prevent those 550 fires. We can prevent the damage to people's property. We can prevent the damage from any firefighters getting hurt, to the taxpayers are paying all this money for these fire trucks to pull out. I mean, our fires here get huge at encampments because the wind, the heat, and yesterday we had a 4-hour fire. 4 hours. 4 hours. And that's how these fires do grow. I mean, I sit here, and as soon as I see black smoke, I'm like in my car and gone. Because I already know 9 times out of 10 it's one of the homeless encampments, but I gotta hurry up and get there because, see, what they do is they have to move the people because of now it's a safety precaution, but it's not unfair to the rest of the people. It would happen on this small space, but everybody had to go. So I say let's go back over there and see what they're doing because I'm concerned about the individuals that are left on the street. Homeless Task Force is there for a reason because they have no jurisdiction on state property. So they're there for a reason. That's why I feel that maybe they're gonna try and stick behind to try and tell the people, come on, you guys gotta move. You gotta move. And see, this is where I step in and say, nope, they're not moving. We're not moving. But they get scared sometimes and they move. And I'm like, where are you guys going? Come back. And they're like, Dez, like, I got everything taken away from me. I'm not getting nothing else taken away. I'm like, but if I need to get more people out to educate them if we stand arm in arm, you know? So we have this little thing that's gonna go on this Thursday because City Hall is supposed to be reopening, but only council's chambers. Because see, I've been yelling all year. They don't have Zoom. They don't get a chance and opportunity to go into City Hall and speak up. So you have taken away all of their rights. So you know what I did? Is that I sat over there when that side was open. What I did is I aligned everybody up. Come on, since they don't want us in the city council and you guys don't have access, we're gonna use one phone. So as soon as I went on record, I said I have a whole camp here and they all wanna speak. Since they're homeless and they don't have phones, they don't have Wi-Fi, they don't have access to come into City Hall, I would like to have this opportunity that every single member gets to use my phone to speak their 2 minutes. Do you know after the 5th person they hung up? Oh yeah, they clicked me off.
That is so wrong.
And I was just like, dude. And like, see Dez, they don't even want to hear from us. Then I was like, we gotta get in their face.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, city actually gave me a proclamation 2 years ago because I've been fighting for low barrier shelters to be here in Fresno. And I was the only person that was out here in people's face. Like, I mean, I probably came, I was bad. I would cuss you out. I mean, I jumped out the truck rolling, you know? And that's how I was because I was so angry and hurt and upset by the way I was treated that this was trauma every time I seen them. So I would go into a panic attack and I would try to control it, but it would just be anger and rage that would come out, you know? That's how everybody got to know me, you know? There goes that goddamn Dez. There goes that damn Dez. Oh, here comes Dez. That's all you would hear for years. But after 3 years of fighting for low barrier shelters here, we finally got them. I got a proclamation from the city of Fresno, and they actually said if you did not twist our arm, push us in a corner, and hold us accountable, and make us spend our money on what we were supposed to, we would not have any of these low barrier shelters in Fresno, California. But because of you and your advocacy work, and I was happy. I was like, what? What? You know, the Fresno Rescue Mission told me, we've had our rules for 75 years, Dez. We ain't gonna change nothing. Here today, after 75 years of the same rules, they've changed everything. You do not have to go to church 7 days a week. You don't have to go to Bible studies. You don't have to be a Christian or convert into Christianity when you go there.
Crazy textbook.
So now, and women, when I was homeless, I only got to stay at Fresno Rescue Mission one night because women were only allowed to stay one night out of the whole year. Yes, I fought for that change, and now that change has happened. The change has happened. Like, this is the Pavarello van. This is who comes in and he delivers our food for us. We do get some good food. I always like the chicken though. I mean, but they do. We all disagree and agree on certain things. And Pop, I used to clobber them with the last director, Cruz. He ran it down into the ground. The new director that came in last year, he has humanity in him.
Good.
He has gone into providing shade and charging stations.
Good.
And he took out the dog sheds that they had the people in and put in real cabins. You know, the new pallet cabins that they have out, the white pallet cabins? They actually put those. What they had the people in over here was the tool sheds. It was a tool shed. That's inhabitable.
So 9x9s, I mean, yeah.
How is it that we're using code enforcement to go break up these encampments for unlivable having, or what is it? Unhabitable living, right? But the Pavarello house, the city was getting away with putting people in tool sheds. No windows, no ventilation, no air, nothing. Nothing. It's a tool shed like you buy at Home Depot. Tool shed. 4 walls and a door. Tool shed. That's what they were living in for 10 years.
Cooking.
Oh yeah, they didn't even, everybody pulled their beds out during the summertime. Nobody was inside. It was a death trap inside of there. I mean, it was just like so bad. Then they closed that down, right there where you see that nice building that you just took a picture of, Paparello House. So that's new. So right there used to be the whole, that used to be all the sheds. So when we had the last director Cruz there, he said, you know what, our warehouse is falling apart, the roof is, and we need $2.5 million so we can build us a cold storage. That's what that building is right there that you're looking at. That is a $2.5 million cold storage. What they had to do was wipe out all of the sheds that everybody was in. They were pushed out to the street. They ripped out all of those sheds and they built this $2.5 million what? You're welcome. Thank you guys. But yeah, that's what goes on. They are making changes now. With the new director, I can say that Pop is making changes with the new director. Thank God. I mean, he's even put in, they just built a, you know those carports that have the solar panels on top of them? The metal carports, and they have all the solar panels? That is the roof? Yeah. That's what they built at the POV. It used to be all open, like you would have to sit outside in the heat and all that other stuff.
They lost.
I know. So that's our camp. That's our camp, and we try right now. Like I said, I had to downsize because it was too much pressure on me. I didn't have enough resources for them. I tried as much as I could, but it's really hard by yourself, one person running a camp where you have to deal with mental illness and drug addiction, and then just plain depression, you know, and then families. I've had kids here. I've had families here, and it's sad.
How many folks are here now?
We have about 12 now. So it went from 32 to 12. But some of them got housed. Some of them got housed. The other ones, it was just too much. They were either in an addiction that totally disrupted the whole camp. What I do offer, I don't just kick people back out of the street. What I offer is like, hey, this is not working. I want to put you into a shelter, or I can get you into a drug rehab. And I leave it up to them. If they're ready, they're ready. Sometimes they say, you know, no, that's cool, Dez. No, I'll go ahead and go, because they know our rules about hoarding and dirtiness and all this. And some of them admit, they'll be like, I have a hoarding problem, Dez. It's not going to work for me. I have a hoarding problem. I am a junkaholic. I have to go out there and dig in dumpsters and get metal and aluminum and all this other stuff every single day. That's how I make my living, you know. And we do have a curfew here, so people, yeah, it's 10 o'clock curfew. It's just to keep. I didn't have it at first, but the elements that we're in the most dangerous spot in Fresno, California right now. This is the most dangerous spot in Fresno, California. We have everything down here. Everything. If you're not wanted somewhere in Fresno, this is the only place you're allowed. So the dropouts from the gangs, the actives from the gangs, the mentally ill, they're pushed out of other camps and they're pushed down this way. And the addicts, and then the drug dealers and the pimps. This area down here at night sounds like a war zone. And this is the only safety we have. The only safety we have. We've had people jump our fence, put guns in our face, because they were looking for somebody that they were told was inside the camp. We've had domestic violence victims come here for safety because our domestic violence shelter is full. We've had their significant others try to ram our fence with their cars. We've gone through so much trying to protect ourselves from the outside elements that everybody was in agreement that if we have a curfew, they were like, Dez, I won't stay out there all night. I need structure and I need rules, is what they told me. I was like, what? So at first they were like, curfew? Yeah, I do my shopping at night, you know. Right. Now they're at, you know what, thank you.
Right on.
Thank you.
Reasonable boundaries, but
yeah. Yeah, and it is only because the area we're in is so bad. I got so much footage from this area at night. The shootings, the stabbings, the fights. It's bad. Outside this fence at night, after dark, it's all bad. You don't even want to leave camp. You don't want to leave camp. We have everything here for you. We got the kitchen, the bathrooms, the shower, the cooling station, TV, listen to your music. There's nothing out there on the outside of the fence except for drugs and sex trafficking and a lot of crime. Extortion is big down here. People got to pay us $35 a night to sleep, pitch their tent on the street. And these are housed community people that are coming down and controlling the unhoused population. It's the housed community that's coming down and pitching a tent on our sidewalk, acting like they're homeless so they can take over the whole block and sell their dope. That's the crime they can remove for us, not the individual that's just unhoused. There's a difference. There is crime inside of our homeless encampments, but being homeless is not a crime. So take care of the crime. That's what the law does. You take care of the crime, and we'll take care of the other things. We don't need the police to tell us how to live or what they feel is trash. They might think everything I have here is trash, but it's not trash to us. We built this with our hands, blood, sweat, and tears. Literally, we bled sometimes, hammering and nailing, but it's not trash to us. We might have trash that we pick up and that flies off the freaking highway daily. The amount of people that litter, like I never knew how many people littered until I lived underneath the bridge. Once you live underneath the bridge, you see how many people actually litter off the highway. We literally have stuff flying all day, every day. So, are we messy sometimes? This is about as messy as it gets. This to me is just a little too cluttered. Like, I would be like, oh no, that has to go out, that has to go out, let's fix this. That's me. You know, because I know that so many people hold us accountable for the way we look that I'm trying to, it helps them too. Because I tell them, pick up, clean your tent, clean your room, let's get this picked up. Because see, when they go from here to being able to hoard for years and do all this stuff, I mentally break them down to understand that when they move into an apartment, if you can have your tent all nice and clean, the outside, when you move into your apartment, you're not going to be out there hoarding. You're not going to be bringing in stuff because you're going to already break yourself down to be able to live in an area and constantly clean. Everybody's got chores here. They do the dishes, they clean the bathroom, they rake the ground, they water the plants. Everybody here has a chore. I tell them, just like if you were living in your own apartment, you would have to wash the dishes, take out the trash, wipe down the walls, clean the toilet. Same thing you do in your apartment. I'm just preparing them for that. So they have rules and they have responsibilities here. And hopefully that helps them when they do get into their apartment. But my goal is to get the rest of these people that I have here housed before I end up having to shut down, because I don't know how much more I can carry on my back just running this place single-handedly. I don't. I have so many people reaching out to me that I don't even get to answer my calls, and that hurts me because people sometimes are mean. They're like, oh, I had this for you and you didn't answer me back, so I just gave it to a church. And I'm like, I'm one person. I had 50 freaking calls yesterday, 3 camp sweeps, and something's going on in my camp itself. Like, what do I do? You know, I don't want to lose the support, but it gets overwhelming because when support comes in, it seems like it comes in abundance at one time. And then we could go through a whole month and nobody's saying anything. We're just sitting around going, well, dang, where's the donations at? And then the next month, shoot. Like right now I have Project H2O. Project H2O is an outreach that I started when I first was out here because I did not have any water. I didn't know where to get water. There's only one place in downtown Fresno that would give me a little cup of ice like this for 25 cents. And that's what I literally would walk around Fresno downtown and eat the ice because it was so hot. I made 75 cents one day from panhandling.
You can go wildlife, little squirrel.
Yeah, those things are tearing us up. The only thing they didn't get to was our tomato tree right there, our tomato plant. Yeah, so they come from the water basin behind us. We had to learn how not to, our whole garden, they ate up our garden. We've tried different types of plants and fruits and vegetables, and those ground squirrels, Look, they'll walk up to you and take your food out of your hand and turn around and say thank you. They're that bold. But thank God they're only leaving over here. Over there we had a big problem with them too. But you know, we try here. I just say if before anybody tells somebody that they're not worthy or they're bums or they're vagrants or whatever you want to call us, just sit down and talk to us first. That's all we ask. Just ask me my name. Ask me how I became homeless. Ask me about my life, and maybe you'll understand why I am in the position I am in life at this point. Don't judge me because TV shows you all the bad stuff about homelessness. They show you the arrests, the murders, the stabbings, the break-ins, the fires. But they don't show when you lose your home and you're forced to take everything out of a truck and put it on a sidewalk for the first time. They don't show what it feels like to be homeless for the first time and how lost and scared you are. They don't know what it's like to not sleep for a week, and that's not because of drugs, because you literally cannot close your eyes at night or you will be attacked. People have to understand homelessness, you have to be up all night. That's the most dangerous time of the day for any of us out here in the streets, especially in Fresno. You don't get to sleep. So now you've got, and then during the day you want to sleep on the sidewalk or a park bench or a bus stop, and you're getting woken up by the police. Move or get arrested. You can't be here. We had complaints about you. Yeah, really? Show me the complaint. That's what I ask them. They never do because you didn't get one. You just happened to be driving by and you didn't like me sleeping here. But sleep deprivation is real. And that's torture. That's what they use to torture people. Sleep deprivation. Now, if you have individuals that have to survive the night in Fresno and stay up all night, and then they try to sleep during the day and you're waking them up, moving them, and then you move them into areas where there's no trees, no shade, no nothing. Sleep deprivation will cause severe mental illness. Now we have a huge, bigger problem on our hand. They're not just unhoused anymore. Now you have an unhoused member with mental illness. Now we have to have not just housing, now we have to have resources for mental illness. They might have to go on medication. Why? Because they were homeless and mentally and physically and verbally abused. Come on. We can do better. We can do better. And I think we all agree the only thing to end homelessness is affordable housing. So I think people need to stop complaining about us being on the streets, because we do belong in your neighborhood. We do belong on your street. I don't care how much you paid for your home. If the housing complex next door wants to be affordable housing, you should open up your arms to the individuals, because you don't know who's out here on the street. You don't know where they came from. We have professors, we have millionaires, we have ex-Raiders football player. We have people that were somebody. Something traumatic happened in their life, and they either picked up a bottle or they picked up drugs or they went into severe depression, and then they ended up out here. But there was something traumatic that happened to us to lead us here. Mine was domestic violence. When I finally got the courage to leave him, I finally got the courage to go to the police, I finally got the courage to press charges, I wanted to take it to court. Fresno County DA, Alicia Smithcamp, I'm gonna say her name because this girl, it got to the point to where when you ask somebody for help and you have a DA saying, we only have winnable cases in Fresno.
Oh.
So when he said, I'm sorry, Dez, we're not going to pursue this case because Fresno only takes winnable cases, and yours is 50-50. He could say it was rough sex. You could say it was rape. But we don't know. We weren't there. I said, I handed you the pictures. I showed you the evidence. You think that was fun? You think those marks and those injuries were out of play? And when he said, well, you know, the DA, she only accepts winnable cases. And if we don't feel that we can, by a jury, by reasonable doubt, we don't think we'll win your case. Yeah, we're not saying it didn't happen. We're just saying that we don't take anything but winnable cases. So if we feel we will not win, we don't take the cases. He said, just to make you feel easier, you're not the only one. We turn away at least 41 cases a month on rape because they don't feel it's a winnable case. So you know what that does to us? That puts us out here. Either you're gonna go into severe depression. I was one of the lucky ones. I was lucky. I fled the domestic violence. I fled all that stuff. I went to Marjorie Mason Center, which is the domestic violence place, and they told me by the state of California, by the federal law, I was not considered homeless because I had a car to sleep in. So therefore, I did not get to go into the battered woman shelter for protection. I had an amazing advocate that was there. It took her 3 to 4 months to talk the board into allowing me to come in. But when I went inside and found men working inside of a women's domestic violence shelter, telling us what to do, when to do it, when I had to go scrub the floor in the kitchen in order to get some tampons, when I had to ask a man for permission to do something, I am back in a controllable situation. So I'm not gonna go home. I'm not gonna stay here. I'm going right back out there to the street in my car where I feel safer than I do in here. And that's what I chose. I chose to leave that place because I felt controlled. I felt the volunteers that were 18-year-old little girls knowing about my case and know about my information. They're just volunteers. And them little 18-year-old girls, they like to talk. They're talkaholics. But men working in a domestic violence shelter, that should have not been allowed at all, period. That's why I left. And then I ended up back on the streets. And I got into a school, CMAC, and it's a nonprofit school. I could afford it, $50 a year. Stayed there from 8 to 10. Then I would go down the street to Club 1 Casino and I would park underneath and sleep in the car because they had cameras down there. And so I felt that if anything happened to me, they would at least have it caught on camera. That's the only reason I slept down there in my car. It's a lot of the reasons why a lot of us sleep in light in doorways. People think that we're trying to take over your business, but your business has a lot of light, and I'm safer in light than I am in the darkness. So I apologize for sleeping in front of your door, in front of your business, but it was my safety. And I hope more people understand, I'm not trying to take over your place. I just wanted to be safe. And then sometimes they gotta think about who we keep from robbing you when we're sleeping outside of your business, when I know it's a safe place and I don't want it to be ruined. Anybody that tries to break into your business, I'm out there fighting them. Because you're not gonna ruin my spot. I'm not gonna get blamed for this because who are they gonna blame if they come to a broken window in the morning? Me. Because I just happen to be the homeless person that was sleeping there. So I'm gonna get blamed. So there's a lot I think that people can learn out here. Just talk to us. That's what I think we want. Because we will talk your ear off out here. Oh, every single street family member out here will talk your ear off. They will. They will. And I call them street family members down here because if it wasn't for the individuals that I met, I don't know how long I would have lasted. I never got into the drugs, the alcohol, the sex trafficking. Did I hang out with those type of people? Yes. Why? Because they protected me. If I was to be in a tent by myself, being out there, people would come to me all the time. All the pimps would come. Then when I constantly said no, they send their girls after you. So it was safer for me to go into a high crime populated camp where they got the weapons and they do all the crazy stuff. I'm going to go pitch my tent inside their camp. You know why? Because we all became family. They watched after me. It didn't mean I agreed with what they did or I was involved with what they were doing. But that was the safest place for me to be, is in a crowded encampment. Because the more people that are in an encampment, the better off and the safer you are. When you're by yourself, you're a victim. And there's no witnesses. None. So why are we in large encampments? Because it's safer for us. It's not safe to be alone. We tell our kids when they leave the house, be careful, lock the doors, double check. Don't let strangers buy your car. Always check your car before you get in it. Turn on the light, check the back seat. I mean, we give them all these things because we know how dangerous the world is out here. It's the same thing for us. Homelessness does not discriminate, and I think people need to understand that because I work out here with atheists and with Christians, with people that all different levels. We'll have sitting at the table an atheist and a Christian eating out of the same bowl of chili, sitting there because we don't have any more plates or something. It's the most beautiful thing in the world to me. because they don't see race, color, creed. They don't see any religion. They don't hold nothing. Like the house community is so segregated. When you're out here in the homeless community, we're not, because we're all homeless. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist or if you're a Christian. You're still respected because you're a part of us now. You are our family. You are a street family. You're a part of us. At the end of the day, we're all homeless. It doesn't matter. There's the streets are run like prisons, though. They are. If you have somebody did something bad, you got to go to that person. Like if a Mexican does something, you have to go to the Mexican shot caller. If somebody black does something, you have to go to the black shot caller. White, same thing. It's prison. That's on the outside of the gate. But in a lot of the encampments and stuff, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. We fight with each other, but don't try and start a fight with us, because then we're all gonna come. But we watch each other. We disagree. We're just like family. Like, there's bad apples, you guys, don't get me wrong. There are bad apples, but we can't control that. There's bad house people. The only reason house individuals get away with anything is because they got 4 walls and a door to shut.
Privacy.
I can't see them smoking their dope. I don't see them drinking all the alcohol. I don't see them beating their wife. I don't see, come on. I mean, it's the same thing. The only reason you see the homeless do it is because we don't have 4 walls. We don't have a door to shut. You know, we're constantly getting our tents ripped out from us and damaged to where we have to sleep under a tarp. You know? So, just ask us. Just talk to us. We are so nice. We are. We look mean when you drive up. We'd be like, who are this? But, I mean, when you come approach us with dignity and respect, we give the same thing back. We give what you give. You came to our house, so of course we're gonna be like, oh my God, you know, like, who is this? Has anybody seen this car? Does anybody know it? No, everybody's walking up to the car. Who are you? You know, yeah, we're like that. We're overprotective of each other. Newbies and new cars, we're gonna question you because we don't know who you are. We don't know if you're city officials coming down here trying to act like you're part of us, or if you want to help us just to get information on something. I don't know, but you knock on my door and I don't know you, I'm gonna open the door and say, who are you? You know? So it's the same thing out here. We're really good people. We just need a chance and an opportunity. And people just need to start talking and communicating with us. And I think they'll better understand the people that are out here. Yes, they were told that they'll be back with us tomorrow. Like, this lady and gentleman behind me, they're on the list, but their camp is 1 more block down the street, so that camp's not going to be picked up till tomorrow. I say that if we have rooms available right now today, that we need to get everybody into those rooms today. Who knows if they're going to last until tomorrow? It's a heat wave right now going on. There's a lot of funding and a lot of money that goes into all of this, so I don't understand why we don't have enough staff, why we don't have enough transportation, why are we hiring and hiring? I see all the agencies putting out, we're hiring, so if you're hiring, then am I in your way? Again? Look at by the fire hydrant, yes or no?
Fuck no.
A little bit better. Well, we're not a little bit better. We have all the things available today that we should be able to house the individuals that are ready to go into housing. Right now we do have some individuals, some were said they don't want to go. My concern is let's find out why, and maybe we can fix the reason they might be scared about going into a shelter. But let's spend a little bit more time with them so we can figure out why they don't want to go. What is the situation? What is the problem? But I'm going to show you now some of the freeway that they've cleaned up. We do have a tent out here. I don't know where they expect to go because they can't go back on state property. So they have to evacuated. Cleanup now, and I'm all for beautifying our So they're supposed to be clearing the other side of the highway. And it looks like they got some of the people over there that were there yesterday. You guys remember there were people over there yesterday. So they got some of the individuals. My understanding is now we still have this side. And then we have down there by the church. Over here on Fresno Street. So they got this little part. My concern is that what are we gonna do with if we only have a certain amount of rooms left? Valley Inn. When is Valley Inn gonna open up? When is Valley Inn gonna open up? Valley Inn should not have had a lot of work that they had to do, and I feel that Valley Inn should have been open already. Even if they have 40 rooms ready, let's utilize those 40 rooms. If they're gonna be roommating people, that's 80 people that they can have off the streets. If we have any rooms available today, any of the stragglers left behind that are told, well, we'll come back and pick you up tomorrow, should be able to go into those rooms today. Like I said, it's the triple digits. We don't get no breaks. We get one break this week and it's gonna be 99. Who knows, because the weatherman, you know, you don't have to go to school to be the weatherman no more. Just go on Google. I'll tell you what the weather's gonna be.
Right.
But let me read a couple of these. If they're used to the money the federal government spends in one day for presidential travel, there would be no homeless. You're absolutely right, Richard. I wish more people thought like that. I really wish more people thought like that. But currently, that's the situation right now. She's supposed to be picked up tomorrow, but if there's room today, why not? Let's get her to go today. That's my only concern is homeless task force coming and removing all these individuals that are now on the city property, which they cannot go back to state property because they evacuated it. There's really nowhere else to go unless they have to drag all their stuff down to the pub, which is a couple of blocks. In this heat, I would rather stay right where I'm at. Richard, no, not today. We got Waters with us and everything. Maybe on another day, or I'll just go ahead and message you. Thank you so much, Richard, for offering. So we'll go down and we'll check out a couple more other places. We have Wes with California Homeless Union here in Fresno today. It's a statewide organization, you guys. We're bringing in a lot more people, a lot more support, and this is what we definitely need. So make sure Fresno is going to be on the shirts, you guys. Fresno will be added to the shirts now. So we do have
Right, this is a short list. You want to see the full list over there.
Oh, with the full
fuller list. A fuller list right there.
We got all these cities involved in the California Homeless Union. So let us know if you guys want to sign up, be a supporter. California Homeless Union. We definitely need them here in Fresno. We need as much support and help as we can get out here. Let me see. I'm extremely worried of Dyer's word on working with the homeless. You know, Amanda, I say actions speak louder than words. You can tell me a million things. You can tell me I like you. You can tell me I love you. You can tell me, but if your actions do not show the words that you're saying, then I'm just not going to believe you. So I think actions speak louder than words, and we'll end up seeing what's going to happen. We need to end Project Off-Ramp so we can get the individuals like these individuals that are now stuck on the streets today. Give them some shelter. Give them some shelter. It's only a handful of people, so I'm pretty sure it's something that we could have worked out today. Because it really is a handful of people. But,
I'll throw this out there.
Yeah.
Between Caltrans, the county, and the city, they could have coordinated this a lot better rather than just bring a dumpster. You had that house come by and offer you food as you're leaving. What they need to do is block this from happening, help people move, find another location. We need an address. Okay, people give clothes, people give food, but you need an address. Where are you going to put this stuff? How are you going to be there 24 hours a day? Because that's what you really need is consistency in your life. You need stability. And 24 hours a day somewhere, especially in the shade. You know, it's, oh my God, I'm sweaty and sweltering over here.
Yes.
You know, I finally got a hack because I got sunburned too much. You know, they could have coordinated this a lot better. They could have helped people move to a new location to where that ends up being the it. You know, they have people signed up. Those people should be immune from these sweeps. You should be able to go, okay, I identified you. I know I can't put you in the housing, but at least this plot of land you can have, and I'm not going to mess with you anymore. That's what they need.
A safe zone.
Throughout the city.
Yes.
You needed to do it for capacity. CDC says for every 10 people you're supposed to have a porta potty. So any camp anywhere during shelter in place, that was actually supposed to be the deal. You put a couple porta potties there, hand washing. Now we're also demanding showers and laundry and electricity, because those are, you cannot function in this culture without those things. You want to talk about health and safety? There need to be showers, there need to be laundry, there needs to be consistency of this everywhere throughout the whole city. And yeah, no, you want to say they're dependent. No, there's no way. You cannot afford rent. This is the wealth inequality expressed. If people cannot afford it, this is what happens. Now, what's supposed to happen? Are we going to bury them alive? Is that what we're interested in doing? Because it sure feels like it. People are dying every day, and we need to see no more death on the streets. We need to fight poverty, not the poor. And what we're doing is stealing. This is legalized theft right here. There's so much of people's homes, and they equate it to tons of garbage. It's not garbage. It's just somebody's home. Now somebody's going to have to try to reclaim all this stuff, because you still need shelter from the elements. You still need it. Now you need new food, you know, because they took all your food. You can only take a handful, one load with you. Hey, they showed up. You had plenty of time. Should have figured something out. If you go to these other locations and you actually move from here to another location, are you going to be safe there, or are you going to be told to move? Because if you're told to move, then you're not safe anywhere. You go, we told you to go, you know, we'll figure it out. What's there to figure out? You need to know, where can we go? Where can we go? To be legal, 24 hours a day. To be legal. You know, and it's such a minimal threshold. I'm not, you know, not even producing anything, just breathing, just existing, being. And this is a crime. We need to do so much better, but it's the money. Okay, we look at how much we do for free, for love, and we're still surviving. All this funding goes to the contractors who are doing the dump runs, Caltrans, the city, the county, the health officer. You guys are actually not doing your job on purpose, because you already know this is bread and butter. If we don't keep people desperate, then how are we going to make people pay more? There have to be a lot of losers for there to be a few winners. And these guys already decided they're the winners. And this is the welcome mat they're using, their red carpet. They're just rolling out their red carpet, paying themselves to do it. How do you get paid so much to be so mean? It shouldn't happen. Y'all are illegal. I'm a teacher. If I acted with that attitude toward my students, I'd be fired. No way, dude. No way. And the attitude, well, they just don't want help. How much help is available? Is it to capacity? Because if you have to pick and choose between people, that's already wrong in itself.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm very disappointed in Fresno. You know, the way this operation went today could have been done a lot better. And everybody's wringing their hands. I got offered a $30 an hour job to do just what just happened today, that house. Help you get out. That's wrong. You're already doing the wrong tip off the top. You need to be stopping these sweeps.
Yes. Yes, you guys. And when he asked the people that were left out down here, like what they were told, they said what they were told was that just hang out around here somewhere and we'll be back tomorrow. The problem with just hanging out somewhere is, what if I'm in an alley that you don't see me, right? What if I'm somewhere where you don't even know where I'm at? I don't have a phone. You told me you're gonna come pick me up tomorrow and just hang out here somewhere and we'll be back tomorrow? Where somewhere? Because my home was right here on the side of the freeway, underneath all these trees. I can't stay on the sidewalk in the heat because there's no shade. Where am I gonna go? The closest place that she's gonna have to go is a couple blocks down. Now, do you think they're going to actually find her tomorrow if she leaves this spot right there? Are they going to be able to find her if she goes 2 blocks north, east, south, or west? Are they going to put in the effort to locate her? Are they going to hold that bed for her if they don't find her tomorrow? I mean, there's other ways that we could have did stuff. Hey, if you guys miss us tomorrow, come to MAPS, let us know that you missed us, and we will go ahead and transport you from MAPS over to your room. There's got to be an open line of communication for us to understand where is she going to be at. She has no idea where to go. She was just told, hang out around here somewhere. It's 24 hours, I got to hang out. Give me a meeting location. You know, give me something.
What about the overnight? Now that there's a new set of people on city, jurisdiction, you can't be here. So what's going to happen? You know, I mean, more than likely they'll be able to take one load away, and everything else get confiscated.
Yeah, and it does. It does. I think some people would have taken a lot more of the property that's over here and stuff, because I mean, look out here, we got tons of people's stuff just lined up out here. I think it would be better.
That's what they could save.
Yeah, what they were able to save. But it's sad that you're resorted to a basket, a shopping cart basket.
Well, you're meant to be a turtle during the day and carry your shell on your back.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, no. Try to have any house person do that.
Yes. Yes.
Because you have to take your bathroom with you too. You know, if you got a bucket or something.
Yes. 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 All right, you guys. So we're gonna end up visiting a couple more camps. So he's getting a full tour of Fresno's homeless here today while he's in town. Reach out to us. Go to California Homeless Union, you guys. Reach out to Wes. It's Wes White.
Wes White. I got a blue background, says make carrying profitable again.
Yeah, go to California Homeless Union, you guys. Get signed up. This is another way we can advocate, and we have a lot of support, all of us together. We can do this. We can help end homelessness, and while we're doing that, we can help people with their rights and survival necessities and just being able to make it. But you guys, there's a large group of people that have been fighting this fight. We just haven't been doing it here in Fresno. And California Homeless Union, we all need to get together. All of us advocates in one spot. Get together and let's do this. Let's do this. So we're going to go ahead and head out and show them some more.
Right on, right on. We're working on local jurisdiction, but our big overarching goal is state legislation. Just the same way as they got ICE out of California, we need to stop the sweeps the same way.
Yes. Yes, I'm down for that. All right, you guys, go to California Homeless Union, sign up. Sign up. California Homeless Union on Facebook.
Statewide Organizing Council.
What is it?
California Homeless Union Statewide Organizing Council.
Did you guys hear that?
It's a lot of words.
California Homeless Union Statewide
Organizing Council.
Organizing Council. Somebody type that in the comments, please. That's a lot.
Right?
But yeah, definitely you can find them on Facebook.
Pretty soon, I imagine you'll have a Fresno Homeless Union page.
Yeah, we have one. Actually, you guys, this Friday, we have a protest this Friday at City Hall.
Fantastic.
So we will be there, you guys. So if you want to join the Fresno Homeless Union, go to the Fresno Homeless Union on Facebook. Let us know if you want to go ahead and join in this Thursday City Council meeting. Sorry, Thursday we will be over there. Also, sign up for the California Homeless Union. Hit up Wes White. Let him know what's going on in your town. Together we can be the change. So let's do this, you guys. All right, we're gonna head out. You got any last words for the people?
I'll give you a whole set of other local organizations too.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're all over. We're starting to hit the state, and if we can unify, solidify. I mean, one finger, boom.
I like that. I like that. All right, you guys, we're off to other encampments. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for your support. Everybody was like, "How do we sign up? How do we sign up?" So that's good.
All right. Okay, what are we talking about?
And it used to be Motel 99, and then when they purchased it with the Project Home Key money, it turned on, and they call it Step Up on 99. So this is our family shelter here in Fresno. Some of the difficulties that I've heard about the families being here is because the street we're about to go on is basically called the Hostro. Very high crime area over here. Over here is where a lot of prostitution, sex trafficking, all that stuff happens. My concern about Step Up on 99 being here in this area is a lot of these kids had to grow up alone on Parkway, which everybody knows is not the spot for children to grow. But I've gotten several complaints from parents saying their kid can't even walk across the street to McDonald's without being trying to be sex trafficked. They can't go right here to the gas station to get something to drink because they're always being harassed by individuals. You know, the state doesn't take care of the 280s and 290s, and if people don't know what that is, it's child molesters and rapists. We have over 300 280s and 290s roaming our streets of Fresno because there is nowhere for them to go. They don't get housing, they don't get real good jobs, they're just left out here and they call them vagrants. That's what's on their paperwork, vagrants. So a lot of people go in different areas where they're allowed. Some areas they do allow the predators and the sex trafficking and stuff to go on, but for them to put children in this area is my concern, especially when the parents are calling saying that they're too afraid to go out at night. They have no playground. They don't have any outdoor activity. They don't have swing sets, slides. They don't have any type of playground. Now I heard that they did convert one of the rooms into an activity room, but we need our kids outside. We need our kids to get breath outside. COVID's over. What is that? Quarantine should be over. I think it should have been in a different area, in a different place. But again, this is our family shelter in the middle of Pimp Alley, as some would call it. You know?
50, 60 rooms?
Oh, there's over 150 rooms here,
Okay.
but I don't think their contract states that they have to fill all the rooms. That's another issue that we have here with some of the providers. They will go by their contract. If their contract says they only have to take 50 and they have 80 rooms, then all they're going to do is 50 because that's what their contract said. It's unfair to me. You got 80 rooms, fill up all 80 rooms. Like, that doesn't work. But yeah, so this is the Roding Park area, Parkway. Everybody knows Parkway in Fresno. You mentioned Parkway and they're like, oh, Lord Jesus. So, you know, and I'll go ahead and take you over to the other one. So we're going to go ahead and drive down the street and we'll stop down there at the Burger Triangle at the end. But every single motel that you will happen to see, you'll see some of these signs out here. That's where the shelter rooms are at. Maybe we can get somebody to let us into one of the shelters so we can see one of the shelters. I mean, we can try. Not saying they all like us, but we can try. So let's go ahead and go down. I don't know if you want to keep... the biggest one in the middle is Valley Inn, and that's the biggest one. That's the one they were just talking about that should be open right now. It should be, but I don't know who they're picking as contractors because it's not working. It's not working fast enough. Summer's going to be over. They said at the end of August we're going to have the other one open, but come on now. Summer's going to be over with, so that means that everybody has tried to survive. And I'm pretty sure we've lost quite a few during this heat wave out here on the streets, because I do see American Ambulance scooping people up off the streets.
How do you think Caltrans justifies driving everybody away from shade, you know, life-giving shelter, to be aimless, wandering?
Yeah, and I understand both parties of it. I wish our city, because these are all city residents.
Okay, so jurisdiction-wise, because between 3 different jurisdictions, they should have figured this out. 4.
Railroad, city, county, state. That's 4 agencies that constantly move the unhoused individuals.
Like a hot potato.
Those 4 people have billions put together. And we can provide housing on state property that's vacant, on county property that's vacant, on city property that's vacant. We can utilize that money to make a permanent solution to this. And really, I don't think they want to end homelessness. Do you know how much money they would lose if they ended homelessness? Do you know how many jobs people would be out? All these shelters would close. So now you got all these people that have jobs at the shelters. Where are they going to work at? They're not gonna close it down, because now we opened up 1,000 jobs because of homelessness. We have 1,000 new jobs. But the city makes tons of money. The county makes tons of money. These people sitting in these positions that sit behind a desk and do nothing but type all day make $147,000 a year. It's ridiculous. No organization be making more than our mayor.
Do you feel like these organizations empower people?
Oh, yes.
I mean, they, empower themselves or empower people?
I think empowers themselves and other people. They all shake hands and pat each other on the back. Because
people outside, do they empower people outside?
No. If you don't have anything to do with the organizations or the agencies, or you're not a part of their team.
But they're the clients.
That's the way it's supposed to be. But here, unfortunately, you're the enemy. You need my help, is what they tell people here. We got people working in the shelter right now across the street that tell the individuals, the unhoused that come in there, you can't have an ice cooler in your room. They said, why? They said, well, maybe if you got your ass a job in your own place like I do, you'd be able to have refrigeration. This is the way they talk to them while they're at the shelter, and people wonder why they leave the shelter. I'm getting mentally abused. We have individuals, we had a fight for them to put mini fridges in the motel room for people that are diabetic or need to have their medication in a freezer. We had a fight. We got people kicked out of the shelter right across the street because they had a TV. They took a TV and an Xbox in their room. They took it. The staff went and took it out of their room, which is theft. Theft. Over $1,000. They should have been charged for that. The police should have came out for that. They should have been charged. That's theft. We had to go down and advocate for them to return all of their stuff, only for the next morning for them to be woken up and told that they were exited because they were too much of a problem. So everybody in Fresno is terrified. They are terrified of speaking up. Because if they don't have the support system behind them to say, hey, we're going to be here. If they try to kick you out, we're coming deep. We're all going to come out. And we're going to circle this building, and we're not going to allow them, or we're going to make such a big issue out of this. We're not going to allow them to kick you out. We're going to let them know that we know. And then if we had that type of union here in Fresno, we'd have more people helping out. But they're terrified to speak up because they know if you speak up, you're getting kicked out. So how do we fix that?
Retaliation, yeah.
How do we fix that? We need a homeless court. We need a homeless court because that is retaliation. I know if you or your landlord, you complain to code enforcement and your landlord kicks you out after that, that's retaliation. You know, the judge is going to award in your favor because that's retaliation. Your lease isn't up. There's no way you can kick them out because they called code enforcement. Get your shit together and put it together, you know? But we need some type of union and some type of homeless court system here, so us individuals that are out here that are homeless, that are fighting to stay in your apartment, new apartment, or fighting to stay into a shelter, they have rights. I don't care if they're in a shelter, because if they weren't homeless, none of these people would have these freaking shelters. None of these people would have all this extra money in their pockets. I am sick and tired of seeing these directors take freaking out-of-state vacations every month. Hello, we're all on the same Snapchat and Facebook. Why am I seeing you in other cities and states? Every weekend you're out of town. Like, that's really nice. That's really, really nice. And you got that because your job awarded you so much money to sit behind a desk and delegate how we, the unhoused, should live. When you've never been homeless. You might have worked with the homeless for 10 years, but I'm sorry, if you have never lived on these streets, waking up on this sidewalk, living in this heat, begging for water, begging for food, for clean underwear, tampons, pads. If you haven't had to do that, if you haven't had the fear of the devil put in you at night because somebody's shaking your tent, or you hear a woman screaming because she's being raped and you cannot do nothing, you have to take all that trauma and wear it because you can't do nothing. You can't. You know what's happening. But if I go over there to help her, I'm the next victim. What do I do? If I call the cops and they come, they're going to know I called the cops. I have to live out here. So we need a better system. We need the unhoused and the housed to be able to communicate. That's what I wish for. If it happens, it happens. If not, I don't know what to do because I'm getting older and it's exhausting. It is being an advocate, but especially in this town. Because, I mean, I can see the reward when it happens, but if you're fighting for so long and you're just fighting every single day, it starts to get to you. It's like, why is this city not changing? Why can't we change more? Why can't we do better? But there's so much power behind me that is holding us back. That money. It's all about money. So I don't think Fresno will ever end homelessness. They're too much on their throne to sit up there and collect all these millions and millions of dollars. So sorry if I offend anybody in Fresno, but I highly doubt in 10 years you will still see the same thing. Please write it down in a book, mark it, put it on a calendar 10 years from now. Dez said homelessness will still be the same in Fresno. Guarantee you in 10 years I will send my daughter back here to Fresno, California, and she'll probably be out here doing the same thing because it's going to be the exact same thing over and over and over again. So let's go check out those other ones so you can see. So this is one one of them. We need more family shelters. It's ridiculous. I have my place. It's ridiculous. I mean, when you have a place at capacity, I think you should think about opening the next one for another family shelter.
There we go.
Because our kids are our future, and if we don't change them and we let them grow up out here with the pimping and pandering and the drugs and prostitution and all that, you are a product of your environment. So if you want these children that are going to grow up and be somebody, a leader in our community, they are our future. So we need to take care of our kids first. That's what I think.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm homeless.
I do.
So we deserve to be here.
Oh, hell
Ain't no
yeah.
thugs here.
Yeah,
You feel
right
me?
on,
Ain't
right
no
on.
thugs here. It's family here.
Right on, man.
We take care of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as anything else, man, we ain't doing that. You feel me?
I ain't worried about it.
You want to know the truth? Yeah, some people out here that really need help. But some people, you know what I'm saying, take care of themselves a little bit better. If you take care of yourself a little bit better, then you will act better. You know what I'm saying? That's part of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the people that's sitting up out here doing that, on drugs, doing whatever they do, that's their motherfucking choice. You
I
feel
hear
what I'm
that.
saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
well, this is a
place
blessing right here.
It's a place where people can handle themselves and get themselves together, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to get myself together. I need a job. I need to handle my shit. I lost everything. Only one person I was with since I was motherfucking 19 years old passed away on me. You feel me? Cancer. But then at the end of the day, what, I'm stuck by myself, never had a mother or daddy or nothing, had to leave the haven. Yeah, I'm out here. But I'm not gonna just not take care of myself, not motherfucking make myself not look good just because I'm homeless. I don't gotta smell like shit because I'm homeless. You know what I'm saying? These people just, man, they wanna be like that. Some people wanna be like that, and you got people that wanna change. That's what this place is for. Change. So the people that's here is ready for change, man. Because I'm changing myself. And I'm gonna always change. And each one teach one. If you teach all the kids that, goddammit, everybody gonna motherfucking follow suit.
Right on,
that's
man.
real.
Right on. Hell
So
yeah,
take
it's real,
that
dude.
with you.
Fucking
You know
love
what
it.
I'm saying?
This is
Take
my...
that with you.
It's
I mean,
the challenge.
real shit, man. They not giving this shit to nobody that, you know what I'm saying, that don't deserve it, bruh. They gotta go out there and get it, B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're working for it.
If you're not gonna go get it, then how the fuck you gonna prosper, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully the opportunity should be abounding.
Shit, it's with everyone. It's an opportunity for everyone. But you have to take the steps to make it happen.
Right on.
If you don't want to make it happen, then how the hell you gonna motherfucking say that ain't nobody trying to do nothing for you? Right or wrong?
No, I hear you. Yeah. Well, it's about meeting people more than halfway, man. And as long as you're going for it, dude, that's it.
It ain't even about meeting the people halfway. You already was out there, you know what I'm saying, trying to make something happen for somebody. They saying they homeless. Okay, you homeless, then do something for yourself. So you gotta start somewhere. Pick yourself up and lift it. I came out here with a backpack on with nothing else but the clothes on my back, man. And I'm okay. Homeless. Just because we paying for rooms, we stay for rooms, doesn't mean that we're not homeless, bro. We're homeless. Everybody's homeless unless you own your own home. You're homeless. I don't care what you're doing. So the homeless gotta stand up for themselves. Clean themselves up. Stop doing half of the shit they doing.
Real talk.
And you know, we can only provide the gift of gab to do the things to help motherfuckers, man. But if you ain't gonna help yourself, why should you help you? You gotta take the right moves, man. And that's part of life, man, because that ain't right, man. You feel me? It's not right. You know what I'm saying? And these people here, they helping families, man. Real families, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what people doing out here, but when you take that initiative to step up, that's what it is. Step up.
The hell is them things?
Nice. Hey, this is a good size. So you get 3 per room.
I think they're gonna only do 2 though.
Oh.
I know, right? As soon as you walk in here.
Hey, the air conditioner is a lifesaver. Oh
Yes.
man.
All brand new. And then we're doing 3 dressers, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll refresh.
So there will be 3 in this one? And then you gotta see the bathroom.
Yeah, it looks like you can fit a wheelchair in there pretty good.
So it's really, look,
This will be a
It is, yeah.
spacious, very spacious.
You can put a wall here.
And then you can go that way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you go around the corner.
Oh, the toilet?
Ideal we're converting.
Very cool.
For second phase.
So after the shelter, then they have a chance and opportunity to turn it into permanent housing. So that's what he's gonna do with his stuff is he's gonna turn it from shelter to permanent housing. So this would be a studio is what he was saying.
Kitchen would be here.
Kitchen would be on this side and they'll make the bathroom on that side.
It'd be perfect setup for it.
So it'd be studio.
How we do it on other properties is they're like a 7-foot long, 24-inch gas range stove, where it has the oven at the bottom, 4 burners, 30-inch with a sink, and then a cabinet. Not a ton of cabinet space, but for a studio, it's all you need. A couple cabinets on top.
Yeah.
Call it efficiency studio. They work really, really well.
What are the dimensions?
This room, I think it's like 250 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah. See, most hotel rooms that we converted are only this size.
Yeah.
So then what we do is we put a kitchen somewhere like here. It would be a kitchen inside of the living room or in the living space. That's what I love about these rooms.
Yeah.
There's not plans for it yet, but there would probably be a wall here in the middle, bathtub, toilet, sink on this side, and then this side would open up from here to probably here, so it would be an open area for your kitchen. And then usually there's a few 1-bedrooms you pop in there. I might be able to show you a picture of one we've done before. See, this is what a typical studio kitchen looks like. See, small stove, little kitchen, not the biggest, but it's efficient. That's all, exactly. There you go, you nailed it. Little bathroom. This is another project. And you always, anytime you do a conversion, you have to have a certain amount of ADA units.
Yes.
So usually it's 10% or a little bit more. So then what you do is you blow out the wall, make it bigger, a slide-in bathtub usually. And then some units you would put a door here in the middle. Now this is your kitchen, living room. So kitchen's in the back wall, then your bathroom, living room, and then now this would be the bedroom. But if you could get more, I think there's a huge need for studios.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of studios, and they're happy. Like at Hacienda, all of those are pretty much studios. For a studio, average, what I see a lot is mom with kid.
Yes.
Mom and dad, sometimes with kid, but usually it's like a mom and a kid, or a dad with a kid, or a mom and a husband, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner.
Yeah.
I have a development just down the street from here that's a couple hundred units that they're all studios.
This is one of the ones I like. The reason I'm like working with Brad is because he puts, I feel, like love into the building. We're not moving in where it's nasty carpet and the walls are peeling and
this one was very
stains
fast.
over.
This one was a little bit different than we normally develop. This one was a fast one. So as an outside, we didn't get to put our touch on it. We like
Did
it
you
to
do
be,
before and after pictures? 'Cause
No,
I know what it looked
forget.
like before.
I always forget, but the outside we didn't get to do as much. I did bring our blue signature doors and our orange doors, but we didn't get to paint the outside because of the time crunch. So we're changing.
Nice.
We're changing.
Brand new beds?
All new beds, dressers, which should have been here last week, but ordering 120 of them or 140 of them took a little bit longer than.
Not everybody.
So at least we got beds in and sheets
Yeah.
and soap, and then we'll get to their dressers.
A lot better than the freaking floor.
We'll get it.
A lot better than the concrete.
Power in the shower, man. That makes me happy. Especially the air conditioning. Oh man.
Yes, air conditioner is very important. We all need it.
Woo! Definitely feel the change.
I know.